All right. The part 2 slash finale to the Shadowbane one-shot. Why don't you tell us what you remember happening last time?
Okay. So, what I remember last time was that I had been traveling through the wilderness, escaping from... Oh, I'm just kidding. Leaving Dragonfell on my own journey. Traveling 1 month, came across the Bloodstone Valley, and his companions, the Hellhound and Flesh Golem that he has not named yet. Heard a shriek in the woods, where they found out that Merla and
Panakana. Yeah.
And had my syllables wrong. Were being hunted a group of wolves after defeating an ogre. Through their luck of falling on it. Casted a bunch of fire spells in the woods. Saved Merla and Centaur lady. But then she broke her hind legs.
Yeah, crushed under a tree.
Have Flesh Golem buddy wheelbarrow her out of the woods and go back to where they live. A centaur-looking encampment in the middle of the woods that wasn't, very kind to them.
Yeah, they didn't really like outsiders.
I don't want to play a card, but probably he seemed a little prejudiced. He told them that he had the marked on his map and proceeded to Wakarla that continue his adventure on to Vallen, her home. Just make sure he got there safely, but also he has a moving on his path and like a nice little visiting area for him. Came across, it was a wooden city. It looked like a trade path, kind of, but there was no really guards outside. But going deeper and getting a little backstory from Merla, found a mercenary group that had tried to take over the, not take over the city, basically run the city.
Yeah.
Because the Duke died. So the Duke died, and the Count pulled all the troops out of there. And so now they're stuck with the mercenaries there because they're thinking the Count is going to come and attack. Shuffling around with their Redcloaks, and they noticing they kind of suck at what they do compared to what skills he has. Charged right through, had a sit-down Oval Office meeting with the mayor after meeting a really nice barkeep. Basically demanded a favor that he shall be awarded later on whenever he pleases. Shook on it with him and has agreed to build the troops and help with warfare, basically as the warfare general for Vallen, against the Count's army and this so-called, he said, undead army that could be accompanying it from the rumor mill. So between him and the mercenary leader, we have been trying to rally and build and train so that way this city does not get overran. I think that is all I have on my notes. We played the game Intrigue.
Yeah. We did the preamble to war with Intrigue, where we did all of the kind of establishing of what your defenses would be. In fact, I can do that part. You had 5 rounds, a little bit over 5 days, to whip the town into shape. And you started by failing to build the wall the first time. And then that was followed by upgrading the town guard. Then you traveled out east into the forest, returned to the Centaur, and beseeched aid from them, and succeeded. And they are sending a unit of Centaur cavalry to help you with the warfare battle. Then you tried again with the wall, barely succeeding with enough of a threshold, or I guess failing with enough of a threshold that it would be done just in time for the battle. And then you ended by mustering another unit of infantry, or archers, one or the other, but that way, that gets your numbers in the right place. Meanwhile, your enemy spent most of the time mustering some type of unit, or sequence of units. They hurt your resources score, or your resource level by 1, which I think, I'll have to check what that does, but I think that makes you slower in, like Shadowbane, slower in his next battle. And then we ended with them failing to spy on you, so just how you don't know what they have, they don't know what you have. And then, yeah, that was a very good recap. You were on top of it there. Better than I would have done.
No. I actually took some notes this time. World is much clearer when you remember names, but I don't put emphasis on names, so it looks like there's a bunch of A's and O's and Pinocchio, Panakana, Panakana.
Yeah, well, it's all just so you can understand. That is the important part. Now, we're going to go nice and slow, probably, as we both figure out how to properly do this warfare system together.
Oh, yeah.
So, we fast forward to the eve of battle, and why don't you zoom in on this unit underneath you, the town miners and the town guard, so that you can see all the numbers. We're just going to kind of break this down into the little blocks so that you get what all these different values mean. The top left, let's see if I can ping, the tier is just basically the effective level, how good that unit is. I think literally everything is tier 1 except your cavalry. The Centaur are pretty cool. Then we have the size in the top right is the health, basically the hit points of your unit, because every time you take damage or casualties, that number will go down. And so if you click the card, you should see these 3 bubbles, and one of them, they should all have your hit point in it, the 6. And then when you take damage, we can drop it down like that, and it'll change. So it's your size is basically your hit points. If that number goes to half or lower, you have to make a morale test to not lose another one. So basically, if you go to 3, if this 6 goes to 3, you'll have to make a morale test, which I think is DC 13. And if you fail, they lose another level or another point. And that keeps happening. So basically, it's like a spiral where once they start getting routed, it's much more likely that they'll keep losing until they go down to 0, and then they're disbanded, basically. We put them on the grid. Everything can move 1 space and take an attack or an action. For attacking, which is what they're all going to be doing, attack, roll a d20. It's kind of like playing it's just a mini game built onto the game. So you'll roll the d20, and you'll add the attack bonus. For these guys, it's +2 against the defense score of the thing you're trying to attack, right? Basically, attack bonus and AC, that part works the same. If you beat them, they take a point of damage, and then you make a power test to see if you can deal additional damage. The amount of extra damage you'll do is what the bottom left is. The damage number there. That number is how much damage you inflict on a successful power test. So you do an attack roll. If you hit, they take a point of damage, and then you make a power roll against the toughness score, or the toughness defense, I guess. So you'd roll again, roll +2. If you beat the guy's toughness, they would take another 1 point. That is the bread and butter of like attacking. The morale tests, like I said, is mostly for your guys trying to stick together and not start retreating and falling apart as the battle goes on. And then, I don't know if this will come up too much in this one, but there are certain things that call for command tests, and you, the commander, are doing something, and to see how effective your command is, you would roll and add a command test. But I don't think that'll come up too much in this battle. And then all these guys, because they're humans, they have the adaptable trait, which means they have advantage on their morale and command tests, which is going to be pretty important because you're fighting undead. You don't know the specifics, but you do know that they're undead, and I'm just going to go ahead and tell you now that because they're undead, they have the harrowing ability, which means anytime you want to attack them, that unit first has to succeed a morale test, DC 11 or 12, and if they fail, they just don't go that round. So that is like the big obstacle with undead, but we'll see that in action a little bit. Other than that, if we zoom out a little bit, we can look at the board proper. The way that this works is each unit occupies a space on the grid. We roll initiative and we go in backwards order to place our guys, so that if you roll high, you get to watch the enemy put their units first, so you can decide where to put them tactically. But if you roll low, then you gotta put them on the grid without knowing where your enemy's gonna be. Once, let's see what else is the rule. Infantry all go in the vanguard, the front layer. You're gonna be on the bottom, and I'll be up top. Infantry go in the vanguard or the rear, and your artillery, your archers, go in either the reserve or the center, and your cavalry don't go on the board at all because they're so mobile that they are not pinned down by the rules of the grid. They can attack a lot more freely. In fact, your guys, because they're archers, they're Centaur archers, they are cavalry who can attack anyone. So normally what would happen is cavalry can only attack things that don't have anything defending them on the left and right. So if I put 3 guys here on the board real quick, your cavalry could not attack this center unit because it's protected from its sides. But any unit that can draw from its space to the edge, the left or right edge, can be targeted by cavalry, and the cavalry can attack the rear. If there's nothing in the rear, then that means anything is open, basically. So tactically what's going to happen for both sides is you're going to want to put something in your rear. Tactically. In your rear rank so that your archers and shit can't be attacked, because otherwise your cavalry would annihilate archers and like catapults and stuff, right? So you're gonna want something in the back protecting the rest, that like the archers in the center and the reserve. That's pretty much it. Each unit can move 1 space and attack, or it can basically take the dash action and move 2 spaces. I think that's about it for this like first battle. We'll keep it kind of simple. Only other thing is I think Well, there's two things. One, I added in your journal. I don't know how you access that. In your character journal here in Roll20, you should have a thing that says Templar's Rally. Or maybe I can hit this. Maybe this will just bring it on your screen. But basically what that is a little extra buff because you're Shadowbane. The other thing is, I don't have a thing for it, I don't think. It's just like a secondary ability that I think all units can do, where like, let's say one of your guys kills the guy he's in front of. He can, I think, or maybe it's if they move. I think it's either one, but basically if this guy retreats or goes, you can then move for free into the space that he was in. And like, I think you're gonna control Jax's units as well, because right, these guys would all be players, so like Jax would be another player essentially, but I'm gonna have you basically be the good guys, and then I'm gonna run the bad guys. Okay, I'm gonna have you roll initiative for yourself and Jax, and then I'm gonna roll initiative for the other guys. Since we start in reverse order, that means that the knight has to place his units first. His infantry, they're gonna come dead center. His artillery, I guess I could check this, but I think artillery can go in either reserve or center. Pretty sure. So I'm gonna put his both in the center. And so he's got a unit of archers, and then he's got a catapult. And these are the Count's men, wearing the symbol of the north, birds over flowers. Okay, that is the knight. So then now you will go. You should be able to move these units yourself.
Okay.
Oh, the wall.
Okay.
I forgot about that. The wall. I don't have a token for this. How about this? We'll use this for the wall.
Let's hope that this is back to normal. Man, technology is fun. I love that wall. That wall is awesome.
Yeah, that was originally the upper balcony to the tavern, and now it's being used for this.
I like it. I like it.
So that will be the wall, and it gives a bonus to defense for your guys. Whichever unit is in the wall space gets like a...
Why not? And then my centaurs don't
+2,
go on the board,
I think.
Correct?
Correct. The centaur do not go on the board because they can move around freely. So if you don't put your guys in that wall space, it just means that Jax can put one of the infantry there or something. One of his mercenary soldiers units in there.
I guess I will go ahead and move the miners over there because they're weak.
Okay.
I thought about it, but miners are kind of the weakest point here, so
Yeah.
we'll put them in there.
Next is the Necromancer. Bone bags. In the rear. Zombie infantry. And then last is Jax. Which you can put them as you wish.
You said artillery can go in reserves or center?
Yes. Okay.
Guns blazing.
You happy with that?
I don't know. This is the first time. We'll find out.
Yeah.
Next round to find out.
So something I forgot to mention is that because there are no units in this rank collapses. Which means that it doesn't exist. In the sense that, like, to go from the vanguard to the center would be one move, one space. For the whole battle. The rest of the battle, it's like that. Now we start the actual battle with Jax. And so you can use his units, which are all the mercenary guys, the red cards. And you can choose what they do and who you want to attack. It's probably going to be straightforward. Probably going to hit the guys in front of them.
And what do the archer guys do again?
The archers can attack anyone on the board. including the cavalry, and they're the only units that can target the cavalry.
Alright, that's what we'll have to do. I mean, yeah, pretty straightforward, I guess. I will have human infantry to the left.
Human infantry to zombie infantry that I teamed for Jack's group.
Okay, so you're gonna have those left guys attack the zombie, right?
Correct.
So they need to make a morale check because they are fighting a horde of undead that storm up towards the town. Just this, like, 50, 60 huddled skeletal soldiers as they start charging your guys. So you need to make a morale test with advantage.
Morale is +1. So 14. So 14.
Yep, you succeed. So they can attack. In fact, I'm going to put a token on them because once they succeed, they don't have to make that check ever again.
Against that one, right? But if I attack a different one, that guy...
I think it's just period. I think they are no longer able to be harrowed.
Also, this audio, I'm knock on some wood, is actually not sounding too bad.
It sounds pretty good to me.
Awful.
It sounds a little bit better, honestly. Like,
7 to
quality-wise, too. 7?
4 + 3, 7. So miss on that one, right?
That is a miss.
Be 11?
Yep, correct.
Nothing happens on a miss, right?
Correct, yeah, it just doesn't do anything.
The right side will do the same thing, right?
Yep.
Does all the troops get something?
Every time they attack the zombies, they have to make the harrowing test. Other than that, nothing special.
Right, I mean every one of his... For each turn, every one of his little blocks goes, correct?
Yes, yeah, they just have to go. You just choose when they go, but once you pick one, that one has to go through its entire turn before you can do another one.
Right side will go ahead and attack the right side zombie. It will make its morale check with advantage. That is 19 for morale check for those guys. Feeling pretty good.
The mercenaries feel pretty good.
They're gonna do a little swingy swing.
They've fought undead before.
+3, so 14. So that's a hit, right?
That is a hit, so it takes a point of damage. It goes to 5. If you click, I think you can see it too. If you click the card, you'll see the bubble, and then in the red, it should have a number that keeps changing.
Yep.
I'll keep track of that though. And now you make a power test.
Right, +2, and I gotta be a 13. Ooh, 12 + 2, 14.
That is enough. So it takes, you do another 1. So it goes down to 4. And I'll go ahead and tell you now, because this applies to the undead, if they're undead, it means that they cannot be diminished, which is what happens when you go to half or less of your hit points or size. So when they get to 3, they don't have to make a check to see if they like lose more guys. It just doesn't happen because they're zombies. They're not commanded or feared by anything.
That does make sense. Next,
but they're hurting.
Archers. The archers actually will go ahead. The archers will hit the try to hit the cavalry.
Ooh, okay.
The right one. The right one will go for their skeletal cavalry.
Go for it.
Knock off the pony +3.
And they don't have to make the harrowing because they are archers. They are far away from these guys. They're shooting. They're not intimidated up close, so they can just make the attack roll.
Sweet. +3, gonna be 11. 16 +3, 19.
19. They take a point.
And then
go down to 3.
+2 for power. Dang. Watch, I'll get to my battle in a sec. 12 +2, 14.
That gets them.
So it's 1 more.
Yeah, these skeletal horses and zombie riders are not heavily defended, and they are getting pummeled right now. Which makes sense, right? These Redcloaks, they're badasses. There's a reason that these guys got hired.
Yeah. Shadow still feels like we can take them all out, but
One turn undead, stop a whole army.
right. No, the longbow, the left one. I want him to also tackle the cavalry.
That's smart. Go for it.
I think it's the same stuff.
It should be, yeah.
Plus 3. Plus 3, that is 14 plus 3, 17.
Oh yeah. Okay, they got one left. Why do I?
And then I gotta get plus 2 for my power check. 17 plus 2, 19.
Oh, God. They are rent to 0, and they do not have the relentless ability. So the cavalry are just done right there. Poof. No more cavalry.
I don't have to worry about them going everywhere.
Yeah, that you suck. That sucks. They didn't even get to do anything cool, like kill your guys.
As soon as I heard it goes everywhere and archers can only do it, probably.
Yeah, that sucks.
But I think that's my turn.
Well, what's cool is, A, you killed them, so you don't even have to worry about this now. But you put your miners in the front and your guard in the rear. So, which is A, hilarious because the miners are probably a little pissed about that.
Yeah.
But also, you putting them in the back meant the cavalry would have had to get through the guard, the town guard, before they could attack your archers. So, that was,
that was kind of
fairly good.
I didn't want, if anybody was going after them, I didn't want those guys to get hit. Or I wanted the guards to get hit before the miners.
Right, I mean, yeah, and the miners are getting the benefit from the wall, so they should be happy that they're behind walls.
Right now with that, they're on par with the infantry on their defense.
On the defense, that's true, yeah. Okay, so that takes us to the Necromancer. So I'm going to have the right zombie infantry attack your guys in front of them. Attack roll 12 plus 2, 14. That does hit. I'll do the damages for these guys, so that takes them down to 5. And then power test. Ooh, 15.
Uh-oh.
Minus 1, 14. So
yeah, that still hits us.
That also succeeds, so that takes you to a 4 for those guys.
Heck yeah.
His reaction to suffering. Yeah, okay. So that's them done, because they're just gonna stay there and wail on you. We're gonna do the left guys. The same thing. They're gonna attack the guys in front of them for 14 plus 2. That's a hit.
Yeah.
And then their power chest is a 12 minus 1. So no.
Barely missed.
They are rebuked. We're both rolling pretty well, I think.
I know, it's wild.
Yeah, but these guys are holding the line. Dealt with that. Cavalry are dead, which I think just leaves the bone bags in the back are gonna stay there and protect the rest. And yeah, that's all the Necromancer's got. Which takes us to Shadowbane's guys.
So, question. You said the cavalry were the only one that can go from the rear, correct?
Yeah, the cavalry, and then technically the archers can too, because they can attack anyone. And your cavalry are special because they're Centaur, so they have arms that can hold bows and stuff while they run around the battle. So they can literally target anyone. But if they target someone that they normally wouldn't be able to, then they only deal, what does it say? They only deal 1 damage instead of 2 on a successful power test.
Gotcha.
But yeah, your Centaur are pretty good.
Town guard back here, they can't get hit by anybody but the archers back here, so there's no point in them staying back there. Correct?
That's true. Yeah, now that you've taken out their cavalry, yeah, you're welcome to start moving those guys.
So is this the way it works? If I can take the dash action, then I'll go here as 1, and then is diagonal another 1?
There are no diagonal movements, so only the cardinal directions.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yep, that is good.
So put me there.
Yep.
And then, so town miners can't really do anything because infantry is flanked.
Well, they can. I mean, the town miners can attack the infantry in front of them.
Oh, I thought you couldn't do that if there was two or one on each side.
And the wall is just like a token on top of that space. It's not like a literally inhibiting wall that you can't pass through. So they can attack you, and you can attack them. It's just the wall is giving you a bonus. Being flanked would protect, like they'd be protected from cavalry, but you don't have to worry about that. So yeah, the miners could totally
cavalry,
like.
That's what it was.
Yeah, the miners could totally lay into the infantry that are trying to break through the walls.
Gotcha. Yeah, they will go ahead. They will go ahead and hit the infantry in front of them. That's a +2. Ooh, almost had a 4, but it's 18 + 2, soft 20.
So that definitely hits. So they take a point.
And then, what is that? Is that minus? I think it's -2 for the. No, +2 for the power. It just left the line on there.
Yeah, the weird quality thing where you gotta like zoom in a lot to really see the details.
Well, the left one had a plus. The right one looked like it was a minus until I zoomed in.
Yeah, it looks the same for me.
Off 20, that's a 15. So I do beat it.
Another success. So they
Little
take
minus.
another. They take another point. Yeah, these guys outfitted with like pickaxes and shovels and spare swords are holding the back walls and like holding the gates closed. Okay. Now you've got your
So then
cav.
what they will do.
So they can either they can hit anyone, but as cavalry they can attack the bone bags, and if they succeed their power test, they're the only unit on the board I think that does 2 damage on a successful power test because they're tier 2. But otherwise,
see it.
they can target literally anyone on the board with their bows and arrows. But if they charge with their weapons cavalry style, in fact, they could do that to the bone bags or to either zombie infantry because they're technically exposed ranks.
Yeah, you know what? I'll go ahead and try to take out the bone bags in the back.
Okay,
They're going full cavalry right now.
I like it.
So many of these guys.
They are these are like scrappy, like slow, sludgy zombies. Really easy to hit.
They're gonna go into the rear. +4. That is 12 + 4, 16.
Oh yeah, that's a big hit.
Oh
They take a
wait, did they need
point?
to have a morale check?
I believe they have a special ability.
There's advantage on morale test against undead, and on the morale test to attack units with the harrowing trait.
Okay, so they have advantage as well. So yeah, they do need to go ahead and make that. They'll probably make it. They'll probably make it with advantage, but give it a shot.
Why did you say that? That is a 8 plus what? 1, 9?
Ooh, so they actually do not succeed.
And on advantage, that is lower. So they don't succeed, and they don't hit them.
Which means they do not hit them. Damn. The courageous Centaur are too spooked by the presence of these flesh-slothing, bloody monsters. And
I don't know what they signed up for.
yeah, they kind of scramble instead of charge, and they might hit a few, but it's not enough to do anything significant.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting. I might have a chance.
That changed.
Okay. That ends your turn then, I think, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, then we go to the knight, commanding the Count's troops. We're going to start with the infantry. They're going to attack the miners with a +3, but they only got an 8. So that's a big miss. Big miss. And then the archers are gonna take a page out of your book and attack your centaur. That's a long roll. 9 plus 5. No, plus 3. Archers are plus 3. That's just hits.
Yeah, they got 12.
Okay. And then power test. 11 plus 2, 13.
Oh, yeah, hits on that one, too.
Okay, so your centaur take 2 points. They go from 6 to 4. If they take another, you'll have to. If they take another, you'll have to make a morale check for them not to scatter. And now the big kahuna here. The catapult. I need to check something real quick because I believe. Yeah, I believe the catapult's whole thing is it actually can target the wall specifically. Damages a fortification, means a fortification occupied, can't be spayed. When a fortification is reduced to 0 hit points, it is destroyed. And any unit in that space makes a DC 13 morale test. On a failure, the unit suffers 1 casualty. Okay, so do I just... Okay, so the stone fence has a defense of... No, it gives a defense of +2. Has 4 hit points. Only unifies catapult units of siege. Siege engine can attack and automatically hit a fortification with no attack test or power test necessary. Interesting. Does that mean I do both? Do I do my damage and power or just my power? What is the power? +3? Yeah, I'm gonna say it just does its power. Otherwise, it would destroy it in 1 turn. I'm gonna give it 2. So the siege engine, the sequence of catapults, they finally finish loading and launch a barrage into the very recently finished wall, buttressed wall that you've built to protect the town, and slam these massive boulders into it, dealing 3 of its 4 hit points. And they're definitely going to destroy that next round. But for the time being, they're not hitting your guys because this thing's nasty. Their catapult is pretty nasty. That's their tier 2 unit, where if they do their power test, they deal 3 damage. Pretty nasty.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
And then I think that's them. So now we go back to the top with Jax and all the mercenaries.
So, well, infantry are going to kind of be one-trick ponies here. Let's do left infantry against the left zombie infantry.
Yeah, go for it.
There's 3 there. Natural 20.
Okay. I don't think anything's... I don't think you crit. I don't think there's crits in this.
Sweet.
But you definitely hit.
I do a +2 to toughness. Power check. That is 16 plus 2, 18.
Oh, yeah.
Power test.
Alright, so they just took 2. That sucks for them. They're at 4.
Infantry. We'll do the right zombie infantry.
Okay.
+3 to attack. That is a natural 20 on their...
Wow.
All of them now.
Damn.
2 natural 20s back to back.
Okay.
Power check.
So that would diminish him, but they're undead.
9 on the power check, so that's a no.
No, okay. So they're sitting at 3, where normally they would have to make a check, or else lose another guy. They do not. Instead, their Necromancer leader just keeps giving commands, and they just keep slothing through the chaos.
So they were at 3, correct?
Yep.
Well...
And I also know, kind of tactically, the archers are usually really good at finishing off weakened units. That's what they're somewhat designed to be good at doing, is picking off the units that are kind of hurt or close to being destroyed.
Yeah, that's what I was just debating there. I think he will do right archers on that right hurt zombie infantry.
Okay.
And we'll see how that goes. Oh God, you're not gonna believe it, but it only
Another?
There's another 20 on the hit.
Dude,
For
saving the red
those
cloaks,
three-
like keeping the red cloaks around was a good decision. Yeah, that's a point. They're at 2.
I'm rolling all these now, but not
That's
later.
yeah. That's also fair.
Power is almost had that 18, but it's a 7.
7. Okay. Still, they're down to 3, or actually they were down to 2, weren't they? Because of that attack, right?
Yep. Yeah, they were at 3. They were going to be down 1 because of the 20 on the attack.
Yeah. Okay.
And let's go ahead and roll for it. Let's do other longbows and try and knock out that zombie infantry.
If you roll another 20, I'm pretty sure you just kill them all.
3. I win the game.
Yeah.
Ooh, you know how close that was? Actually, you know how close that was? It's only 8 right beside the 20.
Wow. Damn.
Well, 11.
11 on the
So,
infantry
just
just succeeds. Yeah.
So then it's a +2 to beat a 13. Come on, where's that 20? God. Not a 20. But it is 12 plus 2. So 14.
Which is enough. So they would go to 0, except they are relentless.
They're zombies.
So as a reaction that would normally cause this unit to break, this unit makes a DC 13 power test. On a success, they do not break and have 1 casualty. But they failed. They effing failed. So they are not diminished. They are broken as your guys just clobber them. Jax and you give the command to focus fire, and they go bye-bye.
Hey, one more off the board.
Or let's switch this so that it goes. Yep, that board is free. I'm not 100% sure if it works this way. I think it does, but I believe all these guys technically have reactions. I mean, I know that's true. So I think because the zombie infantry were destroyed in that space, the infantry, like your infantry in front of them, could use their reaction to move into that space if you wanted to.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure. You don't have to do that.
That is allowed.
But you can if you want.
Do it, or they will do it.
Okay, I'll go for it.
We'll go ahead up. And I'll move I don't have control on the H. There.
Oh, I got the H. Okay, so you swamp around to the side of these soldiers.
And right in front of the archers.
Yep, they're eyeballing you. They see you as a major threat. These lightly wounded mercenaries.
Then it should be Necro turn, right?
All right, yes. Necromancer. Let's start with this
little Kingdom Warfare game.
Yeah, I mean, it's really fun, and we're doing like the kind of like very basic version of it. Like, there's only 7 units on each side. But if we were playing it at your level, you alone would have 5 under your command because you have a +5 proficiency bonus. And then any other players involved could also have up to 5. So it'd be very easy to get like 15 plus things on this board on each side, to the point where we'd have to actually add squares to be able to fit everything, which it has rules for that, like expanding the board and stuff. But we're doing we're doing a pretty good tutorial.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah, okay, so zombie infantry attack your mercenary infantry. I got a natural 20. +2. So we bring those guys down to 4. And we're gonna try a little power test here.
3.
I rolled a 3, which means you're okay for now.
You changed it.
Yeah, for real. You guys are holding strong. You just killed the other guys. That sucks. And all that's left is the bone bags. But I think they're aware. Would that be a blunder, or would that be... I think they're aware that your guys... No, I think they're going to hold the line because you guys got harrowed. And so that there's a chance that might happen again. So they're going to stick put right there. And that's going to end the Necromancer's turn, so we'll go to you now.
Alright. Question. What they'll do... Yeah, why not? So the miners can move, correct?
They could, yeah. They would move out of the wall. But yeah, they can do that.
What's gonna happen?
Oh, I see what you're doing. Yep, I see.
And Town Guard are gonna step in because they want to help out their miner friends, and they will.
Actually, I'll give you. Yes, they could. I'll give you even one better. What you could do with the miners is have them attack and then move.
Oh, is that possible?
Yeah,
oh,
you can do it in either order.
So, on that case, because I don't know the game rules, and the miners would definitely do this.
Yeah, they can attack and then move.
They will go ahead and attack the infantry in front of them.
Go for it.
So, +2. 18 +2, soft 20.
Yeah, okay. You've made this town pretty badass. That puts these guys at 3. So first I'm gonna make my morale test. Which they do succeed. I believe it's 13. They got a 14. So they don't diminish further. But they'll
on this brown dice, and hopefully it's...
Yeah, it's your miracle die.
+2 to power hit. 15 +2, 17 on their toughness.
That does work, and I believe the way this works is because you inflicted another casualty, I have to make another morale test or lose another point, and that time they definitely failed. 9. So they go down to 1. There's only 1 left. Jesus. So
down to 1.
They're down to 1.
So miners are going to say it's the guards' turn. And the guards are going to step in.
Okay.
I'll be below it. That's a +3.
Oh yeah, here I'll put that on the or I'll put you above it. That way you can see.
+3 attack roll. Ooh, that was almost real bad.
Yeah, you could almost bad.
It's 17.
Yeah, they're done.
It was right beside the 20, but it also got right beside the 4 and the 6.
Jesus. Okay.
So...
That's them. They're done. No power test required. Yeah, let me move them to the graveyard.
You know, I think what's going to happen, because that wall is still active, the guard will stay in that wall for now.
Okay.
Keep in that cover, just because catapult is firing at them and they don't want to get out in no man's land.
Fair.
The only next question is, what are these Centaur riders going to do? Are they always scared of the bone bags, or can they
you just try again. So you could attack this zombie infantry, because they're exposed. They don't have anything protecting them from this side of the vanguard. Or you can attack the bone bags to whittle off the rear rank. Or you could use their bows and arrows. You can target anything. It's just you deal less damage if you succeed the power test.
They were thinking between... Is the that number in the top right's their casualty mark, right? That 4 for the bone bags back there?
Yes. And they're at 4 still because they haven't been hit.
Pretty weak. You know what? They're gonna go for the infantry in front. They're gonna try to make a check on, see if they can hit them.
Okay. Make your harrowing check with advantage.
Come on, guys. God, you suck. For the riders. This one goes bad for riders. I'm switching dice just for them. Okay, they're getting new dice. That's the highest one is 5.
No. So, unfortunately, they
still not a factor.
yeah, they as courageous as they seem, they've not actually faced undead, at least not in this environment, and this numerous, right? A couple hundred of undead, probably whittled to half that number now because of all the badassery of the Redcloak mercenaries. But even so, they're just not fighting as a cohesive unit right now. There's too much fear in the air. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was rough.
So, let's see. All that's left, so you got those guys. We're going to have the catapult go ahead and attack the wall, which it does destroy this round.
Oh.
So the wall is destroyed, and the town guard were in that space, so they need to make a check.
Wow.
It was morale. I'm trying to see what was the DC 13.
All right, let's see. Ooh, there we go. 17 plus 1, 18.
18. So normally you'd make that with disadvantage, but because you are adaptable and have the advantage, I'm saying they just neutralize each other. So you do not take any damage from the wall collapsing. You just no longer gain its benefit of defense.
Sweet.
And it also means that next time the catapults are going to they're going to pick some guys to hit instead of some walls. And then the archers are going to do their job and attack the Centaur again.
Yep.
Ooh, that's definitely a hit. That's a natural 17. Takes them to 3, which means I need you to make a morale chest. Check.
Alright, they're using different dice.
Which you have a plus 1.
You're not gonna believe that one. Natural 20.
Natural 20!
With the different dice.
So
that dice is now the Centaur dice.
well, it's because it was not undead that did it. Something about soldiers. Something about humans. They seem to have something really against humans. And so, in the face of these human archers, even getting hit and swamped, they are not afraid of them. Now we have the power test, yeah? 5 plus 2? No. So, okay. And then that is all of those guys. So now we go back to the top with all of your super badass mercenaries.
So, mercenaries on the left are gonna keep doing their one-trick pony show over here with the zombie infantry.
Yeah.
Plus 3.
This is like the bulk of the horde.
Slowing them down. That's a natural 1.
Yeah, okay. Classic.
But, what's gonna happen? We'll go ahead and do the other infantry. The other infantry is going to go ahead and attack the archers in front of it.
Okay.
18 plus 3, 21. Then it's got plus 2 for power.
That hit.
Missed on the power. Only 5.
And that was against the zombie infantry?
That was against the artillery longbow in front of it. The one on the infantry on the human infantry on the right was attacking those guys.
Gotcha. Okay, so you did get those archers for a point. Okay.
1 point there, and then the bowmen are actually going to start hitting the guys on the catapult.
Okay.
Not circling around. There's another natural 1.
It's yinning and yanging.
The left archers are going to do a 14. It's plus 3, right? 14.
Against the catapult?
Plus 2. Yeah.
Yep, okay. That gets it.
Plus 2 then to power, which will be, that's only a 9 plus 2, 11.
That's enough. The catapult is not super tough. You're not only are you destroying the guys running it, but you're also just destroying the equipment itself. So,
Sweet.
with that, they go down to 4. Okay.
Awesome.
Is that all your mercs?
That is all.
Okay. I'm just now realizing, let's do a head count here. Because I think there's technically a win condition where if you have more than double the guys on the field, you win. I think that's actually, I'm remembering, I think that's actually a qualifier. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And they have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so I think you need to take one more. Yeah. Okay. Good to know. Good to know that you're that close to winning.
That is very good to know, but that catapult could wipe out you guys in one round.
It's very true, especially since it's probably going to try and do as much damage as possible. Alright, Necromancers. His left zombie infantry are going to attack your infantry, your mercs. That's good. That's a 15 plus 2.
Alright.
That takes them to 3. Which means you need to make...
So I need to make a morale check. No advantage, right?
Unit has advantage on morale and command tests. I don't know if a test is different than a check. I'm going to say yes, you have advantage. We'll give you advantage.
Okay. +1. That is 12, and then 15.
Okay, so you do succeed that. And then their power test is a 14 plus 1, so that is a success. Brings your guys down
And
to
then another one, right?
down to 2. Yep, another one.
12. Oh, 11.
12 was the total.
Yeah.
Yeah, the DC was 13.
Almost had it.
So
Yeah.
you guys, those are down to their last unit, or their last level? Decrement? Basically, their last casualty, I think, is the right way to do it, because you're decrementing the casualty each time. So you got 1 left for those guys. And then the bone bags are going to sit tight again, because they're kind of, they're technically protecting...
In the rear.
Technically protecting the rear, the vital rear. So now we go to Shadowbane's units.
Okay, so miners are in a tough spot to do anything really. So what they're gonna keep trying to get position. What this town guard is going to do, they're gonna move up 1 space since the wall is gone.
Yep.
And they will attack the catapult.
Ooh, okay. I like it.
They don't care about the zombie on their left. They want to take out the heavy hitter, so +3. Oh, I about rolled the wrong dice. 8. I miss.
8 is a miss, unfortunately.
The town miners kind of suck on their position.
They could dash, yeah.
They will dash. They'll say hi to the human infantry right here, and then they will go to the right of the human infantry to try to get around them.
I like it. Pushing them back.
Centaur guys, the Centaur riders, they will... Man, they just haven't had luck with the zombie infantry. They're gonna go for the catapult. They're just gonna try to do 1 hit.
Sure. They start launching arrows at these guys.
+4. So that is 10 + 4, 14.
That is a hit on the catapult. That brings them to 3. I think they make the morale check as well, so I'll check that. 10 + 2, not enough. So they go down to 2. Right there.
But that is their go now.
Well, you still get the power test.
Oh, I still do? Okay.
Yeah, it's just if you succeed, it just only does 1.
+4. That's 14 + 4, 18.
Yep. That gets them down to 1, which means if they fail this chest... Oh, natural 19. They stick in.
They get the hit around.
You get one more go, it looks like. Okay. But yeah, something about killing humans. The Centaurs seem real keen to that.
It's all
And
it's about right now.
they are big spooked by the swarm of undead that is being dwindled. So now we go to the knights. He's got some archers. How are you guys looking? You don't even have really anyone to hurt except that one unit of mercenaries, I think. So that's who he's going to target.
Pretty stomped by these
So your left infantry
zombie
there.
infantries.
These archers are going to try and help. Ooh.
Them
19.
away.
19
Yep,
plus
put them down.
2, I think. So yeah, that takes them to 0. However, Shadowbane has a special ability that if he wanted to...
Because I'm special.
Oh wait, it's at the beginning of your turn. I see, okay. So next round, you could actually bring these guys back. With your rally. At the beginning of this commander's turn, you, Shadowbane, Broken Units Commander, that is not already rallied, makes a DC 13 morale test. On a success, it gains a D4 casualties back and is brought back to the battlefield according to normal deployment rules, and has a +2 to attack and power until the end of the battle.
Oh god.
So if you manage that, they'll come back stronger than ever, inspired by your presence. But until then, they're just off the board. They're toast. And that beat them, and so they're going to use their reaction to move forward into your ranks, pushing towards your archers. The bone bags, seeing as how you've already kind of made the move, and you've already got these guys, they're going to dash so that they can be next to your town guard here.
There we go.
As kind of a desperate move to start attacking. That's the Necromancer. Go to Shadowbane. I guess it's. I think it's just free. I think it's just a free ability based on your thing. So you can make a DC 13 morale test for those guys.
Check. And it's off of those guys, so it's +1, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
You got 12.
Oh, so close. So, unfortunately, they've already ran for the hills. A few come back, but not enough.
So, what these guys are going to do is... What's the catapult at? 1. Okay. The Centaur army will harass the catapults one more time.
Okay.
Try to finish them off. Natural 1.
Oh, yes! Yes! That's what I want to hear.
In that case, the town guard will try to finish off the catapult.
Hey, screw your town guard. They suck.
That landed on a 20 and rolled to a 2, so that is...
Let's go! They still have a chance. I still have a chance.
So, town miners are going to move 1 forward and hit and start harassing the archers.
Shadowbane has really bolstered these guys' bravery to run into the horde. Straight
And
on.
with a 17,
Woo!
they are going to start pickaxing the archers, and then for power...
That takes him to 4.
Oh, power was 18 plus 2, that's a soft 20.
Ooh, that's nasty. That takes him to 3. So just a whole blitz led by Shadowbane just charges through. Morale check. 10 plus 1, not enough. So yeah, that, dang, down to 2 from like 5. Just gush, gush, gush. These miners they're fighting for their home. This is their livelihood they're fighting for. That's badass. Okay. I guess that's Shadowbane then, huh?
Yeah, now we got the
The knights, the Count's army. Man, you have so many units not even touched. Haven't even been touched. Yeah, I mean they're gonna have to go for these.
Bags.
That's true. Actually, if they can get lucky on your morale check, they might be able to hurt these infantry. So the archers are gonna target your right infantry here.
Alrighty.
With an 11 plus what is it? 2?
Yeah.
That's enough.
That's enough.
So you go to 3, which means I need a check. I need morale to be tested. With advantage.
Correct.
Yep.
That's a 14, so that's 15 plus 1, 16.
Yeah, well, it won't matter because his power test of 5 does nothing. Never mind.
Oh.
Never mind.
Yeah.
These Redcloaks. Too good.
Yeah.
A little too good. There's a reason I was going to have you Shadowbane fight all of them. They're that good.
Yeah.
It was on the docket. It was potential.
They just didn't seem like it.
I know. I actually loved how that went. Completely caught me off guard, and I was so in love with how it went. Which means all that's left is the catapults to do the job for them. I think they gotta like whittle the units down. It's the only one that they have any chance of getting off this field as quick as possible. So we're gonna get a catapult attack test against your merc infantry. That is a natural 13 plus 5. 18. Which takes those guys down to 3.
Yeah.
Which means I do need a morale check.
Another one here. Okay.
Or would that be at 2? Did I hit you last time and take you to 3?
Yes, that would be
okay.
at 2 now.
So you'd be at 2 now. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Yep. And then I just rolled a soft 20 or natural 20, so 21. For
Okay.
morale check.
Now here's the kicker. Here's the real maneuver. The power test.
Here we go.
Power. 9 plus 3, which is 12. Which
That is
just is enough.
enough.
Which means you take another 3, which takes them to 0.
0.
But Shadowbane could try to rally those guys as well on his turn.
Down.
Not map player. Okay, that's them. Go to Jax. His mercenaries. They're doing the Lord's work.
Mercenaries are gone. So, Archer on the right. I guess it doesn't matter which one. Archer on the right, because they can move 1 square and attack, correct?
Yep, they could.
Move 1 over. And attack the catapult.
Okay. It's done really well against defending like 3 guys with 1 hit point load. 1 casualty.
18 plus 3, 21.
Oh. And just like that, it's gone. The last operators, after just decimating that front line of mercenaries, just gets assassinated by the back line of archers you got. And that is them done.
And the left archers then, because I just moved the right ones, left archers will take also a defensive maneuver of 1 swipe this way, and will attack the opposing archers. Plus 3, 13 plus 3, 16.
Yep. Which, how many did they have? They had
2, right?
2 left. So now that they're down to 1, my morale check for them, natural 19, they're just holding on.
There we go.
Your power test. Drum roll.
2. Oh, that was crap. 6.
6. Whew. Scraping by. Although they're looking for the door. They're ready to retreat. They're seeing that this is a losing battle. There's not a lot of hope on them for right now, based on the circumstance.
The miners over there too.
Yeah, the miners are just assaulting them, and now they're getting rained of arrows. It's looking a little scary. What is the head count now? 1, 2,
4 to
3.
5, right?
Yeah, 5 with your cavalry. Okay, so they're still in it. We're still kicking.
But if on my turn I can get the infantry back.
That too. Yep, that's huge. That would be huge. Because I think it only applies to one unit, but you can do it every round, I think. But yeah, let's have so that they can attack. We're gonna move the infantry over here, and they're gonna hit the back rank of your town guard, and they're gonna try and swarm them with the bone bags. So first, infantry gets an 11 plus 2, 13. That's enough. Get you to 5. Now the power test.
The archers wanted
7 plus 1. Not enough. Now the bone bags are gonna do it as well against your infantry. 16 plus 2, 18.
Oh.
So that's pretty good.
Swinging.
Yeah, they just when they fight, they don't even have weapons. They just swarm. They just throw their bodies into the mix. And then power test 13. Is that plus 1? Yeah. So they get it.
That is just enough, yeah.
That brings your guys to 3. So we gotta get a morale check from their town guard.
Advantage, correct or no?
Yeah. Yes.
Cool. Okay, that was good. 17 plus 1, 18.
Okay, you're all set then. And that's all I got, right? That's all that's left. So
I think that's all that's left for those guys.
now it's Shadowbane's turn.
We'll try to make the morale check to bring that infantry back.
Go for it.
Oh, the guys just don't want to come back into war. That was a 10.
Oh wait, but don't they have advantage on morale tests because they're humans. They're humans. They're adaptable. So try it again.
Check this. Ooh, that makes a big difference. 12 plus 1, 13.
And that's what you needed. So what I think that means is you can bring them back anywhere in your vanguard. I think it has to be on your side. But they come back, and then you can roll a d4 to see how much casualties they come back with.
I mean, they're going right to the fray here. They're going right back in the middle of chaos, and we're going to get fancy. And then D4. Let's see how big we go. They have 1 casualty.
They have 1, but that might be just enough. That might be all they need. So, I mean, that was sick, actually, because what just happened is these zombies just flanked around your town guard, running through the crumbled walls to ambush your town guard, and then in that blitz, you, Shadowbane, rally the mercenary back to your call to rush in and come in the rear side of the infantry, of these zombies. So you took it from a 2-to-1 back to an even 2-to-2. That was sick. That was a dope. So that was just what, the beginning of your turn?
Yep.
So you still
will start harrowing the longbowmen.
Who are on death's door.
Plus 2. 14 plus 2. 16.
That does it. They're gone.
Sick.
Goodbye.
And because they did that, the miners can move, correct?
Yep. They can take that space. In fact, they could move again, because that would be their reaction move, and then they could do their own physical move.
Miners will move around.
It's just going to be the bone bags. It's literally just going to be the bone bags going, where'd everybody go? And just getting annihilated.
Well, I do have your zombie infantry here, but that's what I was going to say to you was, I do have your guys doubled, but I am fine playing until the last man stands.
Well, I think you make that check. I think that check comes at the end of the round, before you start or beginning of the round, yeah. So, we just did your guys, so your town guard could go.
And then I gotta do town guard.
Yeah, your town guard could go, and then that's it. We would just check after that because there's no more soldiers.
No. Bone bags for a morale check, and they have advantage on morale checks to hit them.
Yep.
Thank God. And that's, man, bone bags are really scary. That is only a 6. With advantage.
Okay. So they can't. I mean, these people have definitely never fought zombies before. They've never, even if they are like grizzled guards, and have fought off bandits, they've never dealt with something like this. But they see the coming reinforcements from these wounded, rallied mercenaries, and they feel confident that they can take this. Which brings us back to the end. There's no more knights units, which brings us back to our top, so we can do a head count. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Forgot about. I still own the Centaurs, correct?
Yeah, yes, they could go now. Yeah, that's true.
I just always forget about them because they're off screen, and I guess I could go ahead and go with them.
They could. I don't think they'll kill anything, but just for good measure. Maybe for redemption, because they have to make the check to be able to attack them.
You know, it's funny. That is a 13 morale check for the bone bags, or against the bone bags.
That succeeds. They can lay into them.
So they, funny enough, 22 to attack.
Yep, that hits. Power test.
I'll forward that also. Oh, natural 1 on the end.
Well, they at least got an attack. At the end, when there's only a couple dozen left.
That is really funny.
A few handfuls left, a few dozen. They come in and blitz that last horde, ending your turn, coming back to the head count. I believe it becomes 5-2, which means you have taken the victory. Do you have any... I should have been counting. Do you know what round this was? Like 5, 6? How many times did we go around? 4, 5?
It was 4 or 5.
Okay. I wasn't either. I'll say this would have been round. This would have been round 5, I think. Maybe 6. We'll say 5, just for keeping it right there in the sweet spot. Pretty solid. So with that,
That is pretty sweet.
The remnants of the horde are pulled back. Their knight commander on his horse is forced to retreat and issue the callback for the rest of his soldiers as he runs off back to the north. That was badass. That was pretty fun.
That was awesome. I do like this. I kind of like this system.
This is pretty fun.
Like that.
And it can definitely get more intricate, because there's definitely all kinds of different units with different abilities. And there's maneuvers that we didn't really even touch, where like you have certain like special actions you can take on top of just attacking or instead of attacking. But for like the bog standard basic warfare battle, that's what this was, and it was pretty cool.
Sure, who knows? Maybe he does something eventually with the Bongle or something.
I could see it. Then let's move.
Bonus action. Yeah, that was right. I could make 2 attacks if I wanted to. My swingy.
Do you feel prepared to run Shadowbane and his 2 allies?
I can swing it.
All right, you want to get into this?
Let's do it. It's gonna happen eventually.
Yeah. All right, let's go. Let's see how this goes. So, we're gonna say that, Shadowbane's on the ramparts of the newly built walls. He sees the approaching horde, as does Jax. The battle commences, and the chaos ensues. The undead slam into the walls and are fended off by the badass mercenaries. And then amidst all that chaos, you see and are called out by the Necromancer, this wizard man. Yeah, this wizard man who you see in the distance, and you can see him like casting magic with wafts of his hands and giving his commands. And then he kind of tramps out in the middle of this open field that the battle is happening, and this kind of natural clearing forms from all of his undead parting. And he beckons for you to approach with your two allies who are standing on deck ready to follow your command. And if you do, I'm going to say you see him, as well as, I'm going to put him back on the board here now, some 30 feet away. And just as you have a big guy and a dog, a hellhound, at your side, he has a halfling next to him.
Even?
And you can see that the wizard has a hood, dark purple robes with this kind of coppery, brassy breastplate on. And in his hand, he has this dope longsword with red gems embedded in the hilt. And the blade itself is like forked in like 3 spots going up the blade.
Oh, nice.
And the halfling next to him is cloaked, hooded, and wearing a black mask with like gold trim that covers everything but their mouth. Dark leathers underneath, and is holding daggers in its hands. And the wizard kind of strolls up casually, and then when he sees you, he lingers a long, almost confused look on you as he sizes you up, and then he looks at your flesh golem, and then he eyes your hellhound, and then when he looks back at you, he says, "This is not what I was expecting. You defend this place?"
What, you think beneath me?
He says, after thinking for a minute, "We need not fight. You look like we may have more in common than an indifference. Who do you serve?"
I look over to up at the flesh golem, back down at the hellhound. I look back at him. So, what does that concern you? Who, I'm with?
He says, after grinning wide, he says, "My lord would do very well with someone of your caliber in his stead, I think. Or in his midst, I think. And he could give you so much more than these peasants could ever dream of. Name your desires, and he could make them real."
Hold on. That's actually really funny. What he would say to that. So he'll look, after glancing at them two and speaking to him, he'll look up at the sky, and then back down at him, and I go, "Your lord. Don't suppose it's a, greater god, do you?"
He laughs, and he says, "No, nothing as useless as those. No, he's real. He's true. And he's rising. You'd be well wise to join now while the opportunity stands before you." And then he looks past you and he says, "Leave them to their fate. This battle is already set. They've no hope. But you could be of much use, I can tell. Join us. Rise to greatness. Have some real power, for once."
Your real power, huh?
He just swats his arms, gesturing to the horde of undead all around him.
Pretty sure your, peasant zombies and skeletons can't be the finest power. Undead just really take a toll on the body. My god actually doesn't particularly like, sorry, the ones that you call tiny. I don't think he'd kind of like that.
He would say something like, he would be like, something like, cast away your fears. Cast away the thought that a power is beyond your control. There is no higher power when our Lord is on our side. Give him time, and this world may be ours. Which side do you wish to be on? Dead?
Man, this guy...
Or alive?
Man, this guy's the undead version of Shadowbane.
I mean, he's dangling, like, a lot of promises here. That all you have to do is join him. And you'll be on the winning side. Yeah, just switch sides and you'll be on the winning merit. The climb to power will be easily obtained. In fact,
No.
he would probably say something like, all you would need to do is swear fealty, which you claim to do for a god. It will be no different, except you'll actually see the reward.
No. There's a difference between you and I. He'll, and at this time he'll activate the cloak, the mantle of judgment.
Okay.
So it starts swaying around. Basically, the big... were they like wings?
Yeah, the cloak kind of fans out into these black, feathery-looking wings.
Pretty sure I obtain my powers. You sound like you get handed them. My greater beings, they see me as, I don't know, one of them. So, I mean, I think there's only one thing that this can lead to, huh?
He nods, seeing the coming confrontation, and he says...
What's your leader's name?
Ooh. He would say, Lord Soth is who I serve. But if you look at me and think all my...
No.
If you look at me and think... No, I don't think that name means anything to Shadowbane. And he says, if you look at me and think all my gifts were bestowed, given freely, and then he casts a spell on himself, and you watch as this kind of cold, ethereal mist coats his body, as an armor of Agathis shields his body. He goes, know that I was much before I ever knew my lord. But I've become far more because of him. Would you squander this opportunity? And then he laughs. I don't even know your name, do I? He cocks his head. Who are you? So that I'll know who to tell that I slayed.
I was about to ask you the same question. Just call me the Shadow. People around here kind of know that name. I mean, you won't for much longer, but...
yeah, he's got this kind of sick grin on his face.
I guess it's probably, casual for me to ask your name, since I reckon it's probably the same way for you. If one of us goes down, I'm pretty sure the one's going to try to take him with it.
pulls his cloak or his hood down, and you can see this man has a thick black mustache that swirls up into mutton chops that then goes to a wiry, stringy, long black hair. He's a human man. He's got dull brown eyes, sunken, kind of slightly sunken sockets. And he says, I am Alon, the Swift. Do you believe in fair fights?
You know, oh my god, just for my knowledge, I want to see something. You know, it really tempted me just to not try to knock you guys down right now. You know, fair fight doesn't sound half bad though. What do you got in mind?
He stretches his hands out, and one points to your hellhound, and then swings over to his halfling ally. And then the other points at your flesh golem, and then he flows a hand to his empty side, and then his hand starts to quake. And you see this like energy start to kind of reverberate around it. And then in this like 15-foot area, the ground next to him starts to bow and fissure and crack and splinter until suddenly, erupting out from it, is this massive creature. I say massive. It's certainly bigger than your flesh golem. Probably double its size. 16-ish feet tall. It's hunched, large, muscular, covered in metal plates and spikes. And on those spikes are several corpses of various levels of decay. And it claws its way out of the ground and stamps, and it's kind of just this humbering hulk. And then it just looks up, and through this like metal mask, these dull green eyes flare as they lock on you. And then
look up at it.
Yeah.
I think that's even now. Man, you must think I am one powerful guy.
He smiles, and then he goes, I'd love to be proven wrong. And I think we can roll initiative now.
Yeah. He wants a fair fight. He'll give him a fair fight. We'll see how fair it is. The whole time I was debating whether he would go ahead and do something like a firestorm on him.
Just launch it.
Yeah. But he wants it fair. This guy didn't do anything to him yet.
Does your flesh golem have its own initiative, or do we have it just go with you?
I think in the last battle I rolled its own initiative and just added its dex.
Okay, that works for me, because that's what they'll be doing too. I think they rolled pretty good.
I'm not
like very, very good. Oh, maybe that's one. Good roll.
No, all of mine are pretty rough.
Uh-oh.
This is gonna start opposite.
It is. It really is. Okay.
This is gonna start rough.
Do you see your guys in the turn order now?
I do. I can only see my guys.
Good. I am now adding the other three. 1. Yeah, that's real rough.
Me and the flesh golem both got natural ones with 0 initiative.
That's insane. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good one. I can feel it.
Not good at all.
No.
Yeah, they did like the opposite. They stomped it. Alright, are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. First, this makes sense. This is you getting a feel for what they're capable of, right? So, first is the wizard. Wizard bad guy. Can I not make that a little cooler?
Wizard.
Necromancer goes first. He's got his armor up. What is he gonna do? He's gonna use his bonus action to start his blade song. So he flourishes his sword, and the air catches and slices beneath it. And there's like an after image. He moves it so fast, and then his whole body seems to shift and move in a almost liquid-like way. And he looks faster for sure, and he definitely looks harder to hurt now. It's harder to hit.
Yeah. Yep.
But because it's the first round, he's going to do kind of a preliminary little pot shot thing. And he extends his hand and launches 2 Eldritch Blasts right at you. With a natural 19 for a 29 to hit. And the second one is a 24 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
So that is, I'll just give you the total. That is 17 force damage.
Copy that. Dang. Okay.
So he blasts you twice with these like black rays that blast into you. Like they're not just like balls of energy. They're literally like columns of black darkness that slam into you. And then when they dissipate, you can see him just kind of flex his fingers, telling you, urging you on. So he just ends his turn there. The Collector goes, and it's going to just charge forward for your guy, which it has a 30 speed, so he moves in.
Yeah.
And what's he got? He's got 2 slam attacks.
Sweet.
That's a natural 1.
I need that.
And a 4.
I need
Actually,
that
well, actually, hold on. Your AC's pretty low.
Yep.
That is still a 12 to hit.
That'll hit. He's on 11.
Yeah, he's easy to hit.
Oh, yeah.
So that is... Oh, one more. That is 14 bludgeoning damage. Oh, and some... Is he resistant to necrotic?
Damage immunities. Lightning, poisoning. Question.
Yeah.
Are his hits non-magic?
Yeah, they're considered magical.
No, I am not resistant to...
Okay, so you take another 7 necrotic to the flesh golem.
Another 7. Dang, he's getting down there already.
All right, that's that guy's turn, and then we go to the rogue, who this little guy is going to. Can he hide? I think he'd have to be able to hide behind something to do that. Yeah, so instead, he's going to use his... Actually, he doesn't need to, does he? So he's just going to charge in, too. Although he's going to come in... Yeah, with one diagonal, he'd go there to there. And he's going to attack with his weaving knives. And actually, it's just a normal signature attack for him, which is only a 10 to hit, though. So he misses.
Sweet.
No, wait, he gets 2 attacks as well at this level. But that is 14. Does 14 hit?
Miss.
All right. So stab, stab, whiff, whiff. But he is now on the Hellhound. And it is now the Hellhound's turn.
All right. So...
Which means...
Remind me, how Frosty works again?
Now it's your turn. So every round, you'll roll a d4 plus the number of enemies adjacent to the Hellhound.
At the end or beginning?
Beginning of the round.
So he would roll 1d4 right now?
Yeah. Plus 1, because there's a guy next to him.
1d4 plus 1. Oh, 4. plus 1, 5. 5
So,
ferocity.
so he's got 5 points.
I wrote me a little spot to keep track of my points.
I think if it's like if it goes above 10, he has a chance to go berserk. Maybe I think. I can't remember.
Right, and unless he uses them to stay down, right?
Yeah.
Which takes... Okay, so what he will do is he will make his bite attack, but with at first level with lava spittle for 2 ferocity.
Okay.
At the halfling that's right on him. So I'm at 3 ferocity. Nothing else cool he can do, right? So he'll make, just 1 attack. Get a good dice here.
I think the lava's like in addition to the bite.
16 to hit.
That hits.
Oh, okay. So I get an extra proficiency bonus damage. So I get 1d6. Okay, 4 plus proficiency bonus, so 5, so 9. But then I add 1 more proficiency bonus, so 14 points of damage.
14. Okay. Yeah, so he bites right into his leg.
And it says that the hound chooses a creature within 5 feet, but there's nobody in front of him, so he'll just spit lava behind him.
Oh, right, like it would bounce,
point.
right? Yeah, okay.
Yep.
All right. That brings us to Shadowbane.
All right. This is going to get easier as we go. All right. That is a fun one here. Man, he doesn't like that guy back there, though. F it. Let's go ahead and 10-foot cubes of fire start erupting from the ground.
Okay.
He will hit all 3 of them, I believe.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
If I did my math right.
Yeah, it should be zigzag up, kind of snake its way up there. Okay, so they all make saving throws? Dex saves?
Yeah, I believe so. Let me pull that back up. I have it saved here.
So, the Collector has
Dexterity
advantage.
saving throw against, I have an 18 save here. So 7d10. I'll sit here and roll this. Okay. Let's hope for some fails, but...
Okay, so the Collector got a non-natural 20, so he succeeds.
Oh, God.
I believe. What's your DC? Like 18?
18.
Yeah. The Rogue Retainer got like 22, above 20. And then the Necromancer got a 13, but he's going to use one of these charges he has, and he takes the brunt of the blast by blocking with his sword, and you watch him recoil as this kind of black smoke poofs out of the hilt, and in one of the red gems, a rosy red liquid starts to fill as he grits his teeth in pain, taking some damage, but succeeding the saving throw.
Okay.
So he took some necrotic.
45 divided by 2, 22.5. So I don't know, does that round up or down?
Down.
22. 22
Okay.
points of damage to all of them. That is halved. Because I rolled 45 out of 7d10.
Gotcha.
And then, I think I want to check this one thing real quick about my War Priest crap. When you use the attack action, you can make 1 weapon attack as a bonus action.
Okay, yeah.
Attack action wouldn't be a spell.
No, it would basically be like, if you swung your weapon, you could swing it again.
So, what I will do is, he will move. There's no fun way to get in between them without doing anything, so I'll actually run up right beside, right on the old side of old feller here.
Okay.
Because he is going to prepare to unleash all over this guy on his next turn.
Gross.
Right. That is Shadow's turn. He's going to just do that one spell.
Okay. Flesh Golem.
Flesh Golem. Seeing that we are... Man, he's getting hurt now. Ooh, okay. Okay. What does Lightning Bolt do, just real quick?
The spell would be a dex save or 8d6 lightning.
In a line.
Yeah.
Is he smart enough? No, he's not. I was going to say, ask if he's smart enough to get over here.
I mean, you're commanding him, so he would do it in a way that doesn't hurt you, yeah. In terms of, like, blasting past you. But if you're trying to, like, move him... Like, him and the rogue, you mean?
Right.
Yeah, I think...
He'd be able to understand Shadow's command to get both of them in a lightning bolt.
Yeah, I'll say yeah. I'll say so. I think so.
Basically, he strategically moves around this way as that guy rushes and slashes into him.
Cool.
So, wait. It says it holds up 3 charges. I don't know. Does he have the charges now, or does he have to wait until during that battle to get those charges? Because it gains 1d3 charges from a long rest. He's taking a bunch of long rests.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Then yeah, he's definitely got full charge.
It holds up to 3 charges. Okay, so he'll just be depleted right now.
Yep.
He's gonna go out swinging. He's gonna go ahead and use his action and use all 3 charges to blow both of them.
Okay.
100-foot line straight.
Good for him. Okay. So the collector has advantage because of magic resistance. He gets a 21. But the rogue only got a 15.
Use an action, cast lightning bolt. This is not considered a spell.
Does it not? Does it have a DC on there? Yeah, that's... Why doesn't it have one? Maybe... I'm wondering what it should be then. I'm going to say the collector definitely succeeds and the rogue fails for now. So you can go ahead and do the damage.
33 points of damage.
33. Woo! Okay. Rogue is looking a little hurt now.
And that's all he has to offer on that.
Okay. So yeah, what do you think that looks like from the flesh golem? How do you think he unleashes? Think he just throws his hands out and like conduits, they just blast lightning out of his palms? Like maybe in his palms he might have like these little coils in his palm, and then they just like Tesla coils release forward in this like spiral of lightning.
Yeah, I like it. I dig that.
Something like that.
Works for me.
Because it's like built into his anatomy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Embedded in his hands, and out of his fingers come lightning.
Hell yeah. Alright. That's Flesh Golem.
That is all of their turn.
Back to the top with our Necromancer. He didn't like that. He did not like that at all. Your Flame Strike really upset him. So he's going to run in here.
Oh, there we go.
And he's going to make 2 attacks with his sword at you.
Sweet. This is what he wants.
That is a 24 to hit.
That hits.
And a 25 to hit.
That also hits.
Okay. So you take 23 slashing damage. And I should have had him do this before, but it's fine. He's going to use his bonus action to apply a curse to you. So in a similar fashion to the kind of like dark smoke that swung around the hilt of the sword, he throws his free hand out towards you in the middle of slashing you with these like intricate, dexterous attacks. And that same kind of dark, misty smoke starts to flow around your body as well.
I dig it.
And your flame strike did destroy his armor of Agathis. You can see that it is no longer around his body, which he really was not happy about that. Okay, that's his turn. We go to the collector, who's just going to... Yeah, he'll try this. He's going to try, because the flesh golem moved and was somewhat dexterous, at least to its standard, it's going to try and impale him. So, the flesh golem needs to make a strength saving throw.
Alright. A natural 20 for a 24.
Okay, so he is not impaled as the hulking collector lowers its head and charges forward, trying to gore him with all these spikes. The flesh golem actually grabs the spikes in its palms, the still lightning crackling around its knuckles, and holds it back and pushes it back.
Sick.
Which, remember, this thing is like double its dimensions. This thing is huge, like it's like the size of a hill giant almost, like an ogre. While I picture your flesh golem being like 8 to 10 feet tall, probably.
Right.
Probably around 10 feet tall. That's its turn then, because that's all he could do. And then, yeah, that was a very good roll. Then the rogue is going to, having been bitten and blasted with lightning, he's going to use his special poison blade as a bonus action, cover it in poison, and then he is going to attack the hellhound.
Puppy's not gonna like that.
With a 19.
19 hits, yeah. His DC is 18.
Okay. That creature hit must make a Constitution saving throw.
Con save right there. That is 18.
It succeeds.
Wait. Saving throw? Oh, it succeeds. Okay, it's actually a
Even higher.
2 plus 5, 7, 23.
Okay.
It's actually got a con save saving throw.
Good. Okay, so it succeeds, so it's going to take half that. I'll just do the
more health than Shadow does right now.
That's right. That's pretty cool.
Granted, I've already taken 40 points of damage.
Fair.
0.
Ooh. Wow. But it's halved, so plus the dagger itself was 8. So 32 points of damage.
Dang, and that's half?
That was, yeah, with the normal blade plus half of the poison, which was 47. 47 poison damage.
I put a good one on him.
And you would have been poisoned. But he can only apparently do that once a day.
Oh wow, okay.
So yeah, big hit, but not enough. I should have just used a calculator for that. Okay.
Yeah,
Rogue
I got my
collector.
phone pulled up on it right now.
So yeah, now it's your guys' turn.
Sweet. So Hellhound starts its turn next to one guy, so it's a D4 plus 1. That is cocked. How is a D4 cocked on the side of a... Alright, 3 plus 1, 4, so he's at 7 ferocity right now. Huh. This will actually be fun. This will be fun. Shadow will yell out to Hellhound, basically give him this squeak, and what he will do is he will run, actually disregard the thief guy. He will use his brutal charge to move up to their speed without provoking opportunity attacks.
Okay.
And during or at the end of his move, make a signature attack against the target. So,
Sure.
30. Okay, because he has 50. He is going to come and aid Shadow against this creature.
Ooh, okay.
And leave the thief in the dust.
Sure.
Now. He will make one attack against that guy. Ew, that was nasty though. That's wait, do I get anything for being flanked?
Plus 2.
Plus 2, cool. So let me do some math. 7 plus 5 is 12. No, that's still gonna suck. 14.
Does not hit.
Yeah.
as he literally does a 360 and spins and deflects the attack with his blade before spinning back around at you.
Tried to throw him off. That's all he had. He was trying to be fun. But that means Shadow is going to go ahead and start swinging also.
But before you can swing, he uses his villain action. And in that spin, right after he spins and deflects, he kind of does another flourish, like a flamboyant flourish with his sword. And his body splits into 4 copies. And you see 4 of him dancing in front of you, weaving side to side.
Yeah.
As he uses his Now You See Me ability. And he has mirrored copies of himself in front of you. And now it's your turn.
Yeah, that means when I roll, it's going to be disadvantage or something. Or, wait, I think it's something else, actually.
You've probably, you're level 15, you've probably come across the mirror image spell.
Yeah.
Which means you have to get through his copies before you can get to him, usually. Every time you hit me, I roll to see if it hits me or a duplicate.
That plays the fun question. On a smite, I do it if I hit.
Yeah, you decide.
Do I do that after you decide if, or do I do that after you decide if I hit the real one?
No, I don't think I'll be.
Right?
I don't think I'll be that mean. Yeah, if you hit, and when you hit, you'll watch the thing fade instead of being smited. I'll say. That way you don't waste them.
Okay. I was seeing how it could go either way. I was like, that makes this hard.
No, I think if you hit a copy.
Back to the... Okay.
I think if you hit a copy.
Back to the collector, if not. All right, let's go. Let's start swinging for him then. That dice is going away. That's 11 to hit, so that's a whiff.
11 hits none of them. Yeah.
Yeah. God bless.
You do have a +2 actually.
So
but
the first one.
That one misses.
Yeah, second one's even worse. That's 11 to hit.
Yeah, so he is fast, and like all the copies move at a slightly different tempo too. It's really throwing you off. But even his body movements seem awkward and liquidy.
Next round, I'll remember that. I just read my channel advantage to myself too.
Is
right,
the plus 10?
Plus 10. I will remember that.
I'll let you use it because it uses one of your charges of channel divinity, right? Yeah, I'll say if you want to use it. Yeah, if you want to use it, you can.
So what was the first one? 14. I'll make it a 24.
I will roll to see. Okay, one of the duplicates is swung through. So now there's 3 copies of him in front of you. And so that last strike, right when it was about to miss, you feel the pull, the urge, the intuition to attack just a little bit where you would think you would miss, but instead he actually collides into your... you're using the mace, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so his form actually collides into the mace, and you smear his body into mist, and that one dissipates. So now there's 3 of him weaving in front of you.
Alright. So then, that's his turn. He's not going to do anything else. Golem. Golem is going to... I think he's the only guy. So he's going to make his 2 slam attacks.
Go for it.
Man, I used all my good rolls earlier. That's 9.
9 misses.
One guy on him, that makes it 11.
Yeah, still misses.
He's probably gonna stay there, but... God dang! 14.
Just misses.
Oh. Okay. So that is his turn. Nothing.
Okay. Back to the top then, yeah?
2 attacks. Yeah.
Okay. Now the guy, I believe he's got you cursed, which basically gives him bonus damage. and makes it so he crits on a 19. So let's see if we can get a 19. How about that? No, not quite, but still really good. 27 to hit.
Yep.
And 28, a little bit higher.
Yep.
16 and 17. 2 more rolls and I'll get the 19. So that's 2 hits with the slung sword. So 26 slashing damage.
We're getting down there.
Yeah, and you can tell that this sword is something special. It is. Every time it hits you, it's ringing your whole body, and it's leeching life from you almost. Like it wants you dead. At least it feels that way. That's. Oh wait, I didn't even add the little bonus damage, did I? So you take another 5 damage, because you are cursed, baby.
Ooh.
How you looking?
Lower than half already.
Ooh, scary.
This is good.
Okay, so collector goes right, and then the rogue. I was thinking he's just gonna try it again. I want to see if he can do it. So make the flesh golem make another strength save.
All right. God bless! I've tried every dice. 6.
6. Okay.
Yeah.
So that means he is impaled. So he takes some piercing damage. Let's see how much. 19 piercing damage.
All right.
And he is restrained as he is stabbed into these spikes. And at the start of his turn, he will take necrotic damage. And he would have to make an athletics check as an action to free himself. Or someone else. Someone else could try that check for him, I guess. But it takes an action athletics check to get him free.
Okay.
Or kill it. I guess if you kill the monster, he would be free. And then the rogue is just going to... I think he wants this dog. Because it just bit his master, or at least tried to. And it was his job to deal with the mutt, and then it just blazed him and then ran past him. And so he doesn't want to let his master down, so he's just going to stab. Ooh, nat 20.
There we go.
So the first hit, and then I'll go ahead and roll the second attack. Ooh, that's only a 15 to hit.
Yes.
So that misses, but the Hellhound takes 19 piercing damage. And that is his turn. We go to the Hellhound.
All right, he's not too happy about that.
I should have put him I should have put him up so that we made like a Congo line of of advantage of flanking. Yeah. But no, he'll just stay there.
He does get a D4 plus 2 on ferocity.
Yeah.
Because there's 2 people, correct?
Yep.
Oh. Doesn't help him really go here. So 3 plus 2, 5 plus 8, or plus 3 is 8. So he has 8 ferocity. Problem though is, he will though. I mean, he's tired of this guy. So start seeing the Hellhound start spitting fire out of his skin. What would be skin?
Yeah. And
then it inhales and exhales a torrent of fire straight on. It's a cone. He's not going to hit anybody of his friends, allies.
Yeah.
He's going to unleash a torrent of fire right on old boy.
Okay.
Because he gets tired of him poking him in his side.
Gotcha.
So, exhales fire in a 15-foot cone. Each creature in the area must make a DC 10 plus proficiency bonus, so 15 dex save, which is not bad for him.
He got 15, so he does succeed.
Perfect. Taking fail safe half of 5d6.
I mean, he is looking fairly hurt. He's less than half.
21, so 10 points of fire damage.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he's pretty hurt. As he just, like, screams in pain a little bit as the fires of hell wash over him. But he does, like, kind of duck and roll and dodge behind his cloak. And he gets up, still embers licking off his shoulders, bearing his teeth and his burn scars across his face now.
Yeah.
Or actually, his mask is actually kind of, like, melted and etched itself onto his skin.
Oh, that actually makes it kind of fun here. Yeah, that makes it kind of fun. Okay. Actually, yeah, he'll do that instead. So, he knows his companion very well. Shadow look at what the Hellhound just did, and sparks an idea, and is going to unleash an actual flame strike this time.
Oh, okay.
All over the wizard guy, or whatever it is, swordsman guy, and the rogue, and envelop the Hellhound in fire that it is immune to, and it's gonna love every second of it.
I like that. Okay. So the Necromancer and the Rogue?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's gonna be a dex save against an 18.
I get
Oh, no, he doesn't. I thought he had advantage,
Yes, he
but
does.
it's only on dex checks. Oh, well, he doesn't like that. And then, then the Rogue got a, what'd you say, 18?
18.
He got an 18. The Rogue got an 18.
Oh.
15 plus 3. But the Wizard failed, but he's going to use his second charge to succeed, instead taking 3d6 necrotic from his gems.
Alright. I'll go ahead and start rolling. So, I'll do 2 sets here. 1 fire damage, 1 radiant. 18 points of fire damage.
Okay.
That does not have.
Right.
I'm going to give you straight numbers.
Yep.
And then 46 radiant will be 8, 11, 13.
13 halved to 6. Okay. The Rogue is looking real rough. He's holding on. That would have killed him if he hadn't saved.
Okay.
Rogue is really hurt.
Action.
Wizard's showing a little bit.
So that was his action. We go to the Golem. He's looking pretty rough, but
Which, at the start of his turn,
yeah.
he does take some necrotic damage. 8 necrotic damage.
Alright. Yeah. We're getting close to the Berserker mark. So that would be a fun one. It's gonna just try to take put damage on it. It's gonna do 2 swings at him.
Go for it.
There is no good dice here. I just talked bad about 11.
That misses.
Okay, there we go. 26
That hits.
for. Oh, that was horrible. 9 plus 4, 13 points of bludgeoning.
13. Got it.
That's all it's got.
Alright. Then we go back to the top. Yeah? I think Necromancer feels okay. He sees that his Rogue is getting effed up, but you've also combed the area in this like divine fire. It's hellfire and heaven fire. So he's gonna split up. He's gonna split up his attacks in this little cyclone as his 3 copies start spinning, and one's gonna be on you, and one's gonna be on the Hellhound. First against you is 21.
Missed. 23 is AC.
Okay.
That's
And
the one thing he's got.
22 against the Hellhound
Yeah, that hits.
for And the Hellhound is not cursed. So it takes 15 slashing. Or sorry, 14 slashing.
Alright. And he's looking bad. He's looking real bad.
That's his turn. So Collector is going to... I mean, let's see, you're impaled. So I think he's just going to use his slams on you again. To kind of make him stop kicking. Stay on the spikes. Yeah, 16 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
And 14, I believe, also hits.
Oh, yeah.
That low AC for those golems.
Mm-hmm.
That's a toughie. So let's see. The slam. I'll just give you the total for both. 16 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, okay. On his turn, he's probably going to, well, actually when it starts his turn, if he's below 40, so he'll have one more turn.
Okay, so he's close, but not quite there.
46. He's got to be at 40.
Okay. The rogue who is limping, his mask has burned his flesh and has become his flesh. He can't do a lot because he can't hide. There's no way to hide, so he can't do this thing. As an action, before, during, or after, he can make 2 signature attacks. Okay, so he is going to attack twice, and as part of his weaving knives, after he attacks, he's going to run away without triggering opportunity attacks. But first, let's see how he does. 16.
16 misses.
And a natural 1.
And that's a miss too.
So he F's off to there.
How much speed does he have?
30.
Okay.
But he's kind of going at a diagonal. Okay. That's the rogue collector. Alright, Hellhound is up.
Alright, just gonna roll +1 on this. Oh, I didn't get the one you wanted. Yeah, he really didn't get the one he wanted. So that's +3 to ferocity. I assume ferocity is a good thing until it becomes bad. So that guy moved away.
He does seem to be like he's gonna... He might throw some daggers, but he's gonna keep running.
You know what? The hound will still help over here. He's not gonna get away from him. Plus he's looking a little rough, so he's not gonna try to run away from this guy. He's gonna make a... He's gonna do a little lava spittle on him.
Okay. Against one of the duplicates.
Yeah.
The mirrors.
God, that sucks. 15.
15 does hit a dupe. Alright, so there are 2 of him. You're not sure which one's real. There are 2 of him right now.
That guy got lucky.
Yeah, he did.
For running.
He's really close.
Shadow will go ahead and try to hit this guy again. Yeah, he's going to go another round with that. So that is 17 to hit.
That does hit, and in fact, the duplicate remains, but... Oh, wait. Actually, how does that work? You need to get a 19 or higher to hit him, and then I'm going to roll to try and make you hit the duplicate instead. But only if you get a 19 or higher.
Okay, then bonus action. Natural 1.
Okay, yeah. So both times, it's still him. So the duplicate and thing are moving independent. It seems like they're moving independent of each other, but they're actually like slightly off tempo copies, which is throwing you super off.
This is gonna get fun. Golem.
Start of his turn.
Yep.
Takes 9 necrotic damage.
9. Okay. So he will next turn have to do berserker stuff.
Okay.
Which is literally just attack the nearest person down.
Yeah, not much would change.
But he's gonna have to start doing his 2 slams because he's still in the midst of this guy, and he doesn't feel like he can get off of him because he's not doing very well.
Fair.
18 plus 7, 25 to hit.
25 definitely hits.
For... that sucked. 9 points of damage.
9. Okay.
Then second slam attack.
It's looking bloodied.
16 plus 7, that's 23.
That hits.
So, let's do different dice here. Oh, that's even worse. 8.
Okay. It's doing something. It's doing something.
That's it.
Okay.
That is it.
Let's switch to this. As things are heating up. Things are getting tough out here. Necromancer with the awesome super sword is gonna rinse and repeat, I think, because that's his bread and butter. So he's gonna slash one at you and slash one at this hellhound behind him, because he doesn't like that thing nipping at his heels. Ooh, first one at you. It's not good. 17.
Yeah, that misses.
The one against the hellhound, better. 24.
Oh, yep.
For 10 slashing damage.
Okay.
And
Okay, we're looking bad.
yeah, I mean, he's content to just kind of keep this up, I think. Okay, that's his turn. Collector
Alright.
is going to keep slamming the big boy. These two big guys just slamming into each other. Just railing each other with their... He's going to try and rail him with his spike, his rods. His sharp rods.
Rail him with his rod.
12?
12 hits.
And
He needs
high.
11.
And higher. Higher than that. Okay, so full damage. Wow, 2 1s. And a 2. Damn. Wow, these are really low. 13 bludgeoning damage.
We need that. We need that. He's 24.
He's looking ripe. And then the rogue.
He's looking juicy. Looking juicy.
I'm gonna have the rogue throw 2 daggers at disadvantage at the hellhound as he flees.
Sick.
That's a nat 1. So he definitely misses that one. And the
We
other
need
one is pretty good. And a 3. Yep, that disadvantage screwed him.
Yeah, we
So
need
he chucks his daggers. They go well wide of everybody. And then he keeps running. Just gonna have him move straight right. And he is gonna be off the board next round.
that. Awesome.
Which we are on, what, round 3 or 4, would you say? How many times have you won it? Is this the...
This would be 4, right?
This is
I
number
did-
4, right? Or is this 5?
I did Spittle, Lava Spittle, I did Brutal Charge, I did Fire Breath, and I did a Spittle. So this would be 5th one.
This is number 5. Okay.
I did
Then-
2 Lava Spittles, 1 Brutal Charge, and 1 Fire Breath already.
Okay. Then what I have no idea how this actually works now I think about it. Or I don't actually remember what you get. But because the battle was won on the 5th round, you as the commander get something. I want to say it's inspiration, because that could be a major factor. I will kind of Google it because it should be on the Reddit. But for now, I'm going to say you would get all 3 of your guys get inspiration points, meaning you get a free D20 reroll. Basically, you get advantage of your choice.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So that was, I did all these guys, right? They attacked, collector attacked, rogue ran.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's up to the hellhound now.
Ferocity roll +1. That is 1 plus 1. He has 3. But he's going to do the same thing that he just did. He's going to use 2 of those 3 to do Lava Spittle again.
Okay.
And attack the weird mage guy, which is a 20-something.
Oh, that super
24 to
hits.
hit.
Let's see if it hits a duplicate. It does not. So the duplicate stays, but you hit the wizard.
So he heals a whole 3 plus 5 plus 5, so 13 points of fire damage.
13 fire?
Yep.
Okay. He didn't like that. That duplicate remains, but you just... the Hellhound just snuffed him out, figured out which one was real, and latched onto his arm. Has to shake him off. Okay.
Is going to... Man, he hates that golem's getting harassed, but he's got to take care of this guy.
While you're deciding, I'm going to read this to you.
Yep.
A character experiences a sudden rush of adrenaline upon hearing the herald's news of victory on the field of battle. As a bonus action, the character can move half their speed and take one additional action on top of their regular action and movement. The character can use this benefit once and loses it if they don't use it before taking a long rest. So basically, I'm going to say you gain the inspiration point. That's just free. But on top of that, you get this morale surge where you can spend your bonus action and move half your move and take an action. Kind of like a haste. You get a surge of adrenaline, letting you use a bonus action to move half your speed and take an additional action, including a spell. So you could straight up cast 2 spells. It's like action surge, but also with a little bit of movement if you want. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Basically a bonus action surge. It's pretty cool.
Which is actually really awesome.
Yeah, that could be clutch.
Well,
as you hear like the mercenary, I imagine the mercenaries like blowing their little war horns, and it echoes across the battlefield. And you've been so enamored in the battle that for the first time, both you and the wizard take stock and see that the undead horde has been routed.
Now it's flesh golem's gonna be done after this one. You can't help him.
Yeah, you can't really he needs a short or long rest to heal the flesh golem. Or I guess the flesh golem heals itself, but it needs the long rest. Or hit dice. It can do hit dice in a short rest. Healing it yourself, I think you need. I don't think you can do anything outside of zapping it with lightning.
Right.
Got to get you a wand of lightning.
Oh yeah.
Need to get one of those.
What he's gonna do actually, for his other action, he will cast a 5th level mass cure wounds on himself and include that hellhound in it.
Ooh,
this
okay.
Is undead or construct. Fiend
Correct.
is not undead, right?
Nope. He's your buddy.
So
you're friends with fiends.
3d8
Just one.
plus 5.
All right.
8, 13 points, which isn't much, but it's better than where they were at.
It definitely.
For sure. Ooh, that helps him out a lot. Mine goes up. And then his regular action. So that was his bonus action, right?
Can be. It's your call if that was your action. Or, well, that spell's normally a bonus action, isn't it? I mean, it's your call. If you're using your... if you're using your morale surge, then yeah.
I want to use that for my Master Runes Morale Surge, because he's going to go ahead and make another attack on the spell guy.
Okay.
Because he really wants this to hit. He really wants us to hit that guy. Which is actually right at a 19.
That would hit.
12 plus 7.
So... Okay, you took out the last duplicate.
Okay. Fair game now.
Yep. That last one,
Sweet.
I rolled high enough, and it, the other duplicate skirts in front of the real guy and just tanks that attack, smearing it into dust and smoke.
After that, seeing that, Golem is going to take 2 slam attacks. And you said it was only that my main guy gets those bonuses, right? Commander, right?
I'm gonna say they all get the inspiration point, but only you get the morale surge.
Only I can prevent wildfires. Gotcha.
Yeah. I was gonna say you definitely did the opposite.
Oh, good timing. Natural 20 for the first attack.
That's awesome.
So I'll go ahead and do that damage. 2d8. Not bad. That's 8 on the dice, doubled to 16 plus 4, 20 points of damage.
20. Woo! Okay.
Which is great.
It's very good.
He is berserking, so maybe that's the whole difference, is he had to actually get down here to actually do something.
Yeah. The hat fell off.
The hat fell off.
The hat fell off and he just snaps. That's the cue for berserking.
I'll just go ahead and take the regular, because that's 18 plus 7, so 25.
Yep, definitely.
Not bad on that either. 9 plus 4, 13 points of damage that time.
13? Ooh, okay, he's very hurt. Very hurt.
Okay. So I'm going to keep slamming into him while he's on the horn.
Yeah, at this point, he's been breaking off spikes, not the ones inside him necessarily, but the all the ones kind of protruding around him. He's snapping them off. He's pulling like skulls and pulling off like chunks of corpses, like just ripping legs and limbs off as he's slamming into this thing. He is tearing it up. He's bending all the plates into its body. Damn. Yeah. Okay. Pretty good. Pretty good. Back to the top with the wizard.
See if he survives.
The wizard is unhappy.
Oh, I'm sure.
And you took out his last dupe, and he's seen that his undead forces have been rebuked. So he is going to take both of his. He's going to take both of his attacks on you, Shadowbane.
Sweet. Good thing I did.
Natural 1.
Sick.
That one. And then 23.
Just hits.
Just hits. Okay.
Tides are turning, hopefully.
Okay. That is 11 slashing damage.
Sweet. Okay.
That ends his turn. He's actually gonna move one step over here.
Awesome.
Now we go to the collector, who's going to retaliate on your flesh golem.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah, took some heavy hits there.
The first miss with an wait, no, it is 11, isn't it?
Right at 11.
Oh, he got 11. Damn. That's on a 3, by the way.
God.
And a little higher.
If he gets 20, if he gets 20, he's out.
14. It's gonna be close. I rolled really low last time. Might not be so lucky this time.
Oh man, if he got a mad 20, he was done. Let's see. Hopefully he gets one more.
18 damage.
Okay, he's still up.
18 bludgeoning.
Looking good. So it is. He's at 6.
So yeah, like you can see some of the flesh has been like tore up. Some of the trench coat is just ripped asunder because this thing has like sharp claws on top of its spikes and stuff. So like it is tearing the flesh from your flesh golem. Who, for the first time that you've seen, is baring its teeth and showing some amount of aggression beyond its normal kind of like stoic hostility. And then
impressed, but kind of worried.
And then the rogue is now off the board. He has fully fled with his handful of hit points left. In fact, you would see the Necromancer having just noticed his forces are gone and stuff. Then he turns and he's been pretty preoccupied with you and the Hellhound. He turns and realizes that his retainer has fled the field, and he looks very upset at that. So he curses that. All right, it's your go, Hellhound.
All right. Let's see. Ferocity +1. That's +3 ferocity. So he has 4. So we are going to. It puts me at. I will have 2 left because he's going to go ahead and do some more lava spittle. Add a little damage to it. He is going to roll and get a natural 20.
Okay.
Which adds a double to this d6 here. 3 plus 3, so 6. And then he adds his bullcrap, so 16 points of damage.
Ooh.
Of fire damage.
Okay.
To him, and not a duplicate, because those aren't existing anymore.
Correct. It's just him now.
This child's gonna look at him. Say, we already got a powerful leader, huh? And then hits him with the, or tries to hit him with the mace.
Okay.
So he's gonna use his last channel divinity, and add 10 to that.
Go for it.
That is 2 plus 7, 19, plus 10. Or, sorry, 2 plus 7, 9, plus 10, 19.
That makes it just hit.
And
It's time to smite, isn't it?
the paladin. It is.
It's time to
sure
smite.
It's a 4th level smite, which
Ooh, that's nasty.
is 2d8. Because I think I can only go up to. I double checked this. I can go up to a maximum of 5d8. He's not undead or fiend, right?
Correct.
Or is he undead? Okay.
He is not.
5d8 is my max, so 2 for level 1, 3, 4, 5. Highest level I can cast is 5, for a total of 5d8. So, let's figure out how I rank
Yay.
before. 1, 2, 3,
Don't have anything I can do about this, I don't think.
5. Actually, and also, because I remember how to play this guy. He does also have, what's that called? Guided Strike is one of his war cleric abilities, where he gets to add 1 additional damage die roll once per turn.
That's right.
So I will go
As if you didn't have enough. You didn't have enough D8s.
I don't actually have enough out. I'll do 2 d8s for the damage dice.
Okay.
So regular damage is 8 plus 2. That makes it 10 for normal damage dice, and my bonus. Normal weapon damage. For smite damage, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is all divine power. That wasn't great. 11, 13, 16, 17 points of radiant.
Okay.
And that was my first attack. I'm going to go ahead and use my second attack, my bonus action attack, for a 17 plus 7. Yep, plus 7, 24 to hit.
Oh, that's definitely hits.
With the last of his level 4, so he's going to go ahead and smite with another round of that.
Oh, nasty. Yeah, okay.
So,
You're finally getting to do that thing paladins do.
He's practicing for when Dragonfell goes against each other. 11 plus 2, that is 13 points of regular damage.
Oh, okay.
Of piercing.
Yeah.
And then 5d8. Go ahead and dump that in there. Ooh, that's a good one. 14, 19, 25, 27 points of divine damage.
Damn. Okay.
That is those.
He's certainly more than bloodied. That hurt a lot.
Man, that was a round.
That was crazy. That
He's gonna look at him. He's gonna look at him and go, one of us is gonna meet our maker. Pretty sure you're just gonna go into the ground.
He's clutching his shoulder, bleeding from the mouth. And you can actually see that as you've hit him with these massive strikes, emblazoning, like flashing like strikes of lightning, and booming like thunder, some of his hair, especially in the mustache and his stringy hair, goes gray. Starts to go gray. But then he catches his composure, stays in the blade song in this like kind of dance-like posture, and it goes back to this like coal black hair. You can see he's very tenacious. His eyes are wide. He's calculating.
Shoo. Now going over to possibly sad side of the battle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Flesh Golem.
It's definitely tanked.
Man. So one, he's going against a monster. 2 slams. That's what he's got. That is a 15 plus 7. If there's any time to roll good.
That hits.
2 to hit.
That hits.
4. Awesome. 13 plus 4, so that is 17 points of damage.
Okay.
Regular hit. And the second slam attack. Ooh. He's gonna have to cash in his inspiration.
Okay.
Last ditch effort here.
Yep.
I don't think that'll. Okay, 17.
That hits.
Woo. 8 plus 4, 12.
Yeah, he had 2 left, baby.
And this guy has 6 left.
What do you think the Flesh Golem does? How do you think he just demolishes this thing?
Ooh, I got it. So he's sitting there ripping off spikes. He takes the 2, or the one that he just ripped off before that, jams it in the side of his head, or that thing's head, rips whatever this head would be off of it, takes that spike that he was jammed with, and throws it through the body of this guy, basically bowling pinning all the
just
spools out of this guy.
Stabs his own head to his now dead body. Hell yeah. And yeah, the green glow from its eyes fade away, leaving these empty black sockets. Okay.
That was a tough one. That was a battle on its own.
That was, yeah, I mean, that was a back and forth for sure.
That was a 1v1.
That was sick.
Other than the firestorm at the beginning, but
right.
if he didn't do that, he would be dead. Alright.
Yep. Okay. That's Flesh Golem. Go back to the top with the guy, huh? I'm actually going to say at the end of this happens at the end of the Flesh Golem's turn. He uses his second villain action. He uses his action Need to be Faster, and he casts Haste on himself. And so where he already seemed fast and elusive, and his fighting style was hard to pin down, now he is supernaturally enhanced, and alacrity courses through him.
Yeah, he gets a bunch of boons on that one.
And yeah, his speed advantage, and he gets an extra attack. Which he is going to use all 3 on you, Shadowbane.
There it is.
As you just smited him almost to hell. So let's see what he can do back at you. That is not enough. Non-natural 20.
No.
23, which I think
just
hits. And whoa, way higher. 28.
Ooh, there you go.
Okay, it's 2 hits. And then 27 slashing damage.
Alrighty. Looking pretty decently hurt.
Pretty
1v1.
Pretty decently hurt. Okay.
I'm at 53.
Okay. And then, yeah, I'll leave this guy, big corpse, on the field. But he is going to... He's going to come here. So the Hellhound can make an attack of opportunity.
And it will. Does he look like, does that guy look like he's trying to flee?
No, he's just kind of he seems like he's repositioning.
17 plus 3, so it's off 20.
Misses. Barely.
That misses. Yeah, the haste, that'll do it. That helped him out a lot.
Yep. But he just moves a little. He just moves a little bit. It seems. Just kind of moving. That's his turn. Collector. Rogue's gone. Collector. On the Collector's turn, now that it's dead, you watch as 3 zombies, of which I actually don't have tokens for. I realize. So we're just gonna use. Will this work? We're gonna use the Centaur.
Perfect.
3 zombies on its body, on the spikes, start to animate and start to slowly pull themselves off of the off of the spikes. And you can see that this seems somewhat influenced by the Necromancer, as if he's taking some measure of ability to activate this. But yeah, 3 of these zombies, they don't go yet, but on this turn, they've now animated and are on those spikes trying to get off.
Awesome.
Them. Alright, Hellhound, you're up.
Alrighty. Chase. Chase is on. Yeah, he has plenty. He's got 50 speed. He's gonna go all the way around him. He's gonna try to get that little flanking maneuver going again.
Good, good.
Just ferocity, no pluses because I started without anybody there. 3, which would put me at 5. I don't want to do full 5, so I'm gonna go up 1. I'm gonna do another lava spittle. He loves throwing up lava all over his meals. He is going to roll. Okay. 23 to hit.
That hits.
Perfect. 5 plus 5 plus 5, so 15.
15. Okay.
15 points of damage.
Okay, yeah.
To the 2 hits.
He's looking real rough.
Man, that question's button. He's looking real bad. He did knock him way down this last turn. Still not looking like he's afraid or leaving.
He is not. He does not show any signs of fear. No. He seems a little manic. He seems like crazed.
Shadow will look at him. So this is what your guy does for you, huh? Well, mine helps me. He'll put his hand on his chest, and he will cast heal on himself.
Ooh. Oh wow! What a statement!
70 more hit points, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so.
I
Yeah.
that right?
I believe that's correct. Yeah.
That is 70 hit points, which takes me from 53 to 123.
Damn. Wow, what a shift.
But that is all he can do. He wishes he could have attacked.
Alright. The wounded flesh golem.
Actually, what he would do though, he knows that Hellhound wanted to be strategic. I don't know if you can put me on top of this guy, but he's actually going to start... No, never mind, can't do that. That's an opponent area now, because he's doing stuff to that. He'll stay there.
Yeah, I mean, that space, like this space here, is questionable because it's still the spiked corpse of that thing, right. And it's big.
He will leave that alone. But oh god, the golem's looking rough.
And he's currently he can see the zombies reaching out at him. They're like peons. They are very, very weak, classic weak zombie.
I guess he doesn't know either. Yeah, he'll take a slam attack at the zombie right in front of him.
Okay.
That's trying to climb out of him. He'll take, basically just reach out, just grab his arm and try to slam him back into the ground.
Okay.
That is 22 to hit.
That hits.
For 9 points of damage.
Okay, that one is killed.
Then there's one also to his diagonal of him. He will also grab that one's arm and try to pick him up and slam him back into the ground also.
I like it.
He's just hulking these guys back into this.
Into the spikes and killing them.
That's actually 24 to hit.
That hits.
For even better, 17 points of damage.
And that one too is decimated. And you can see like whatever strategy was involved with these zombies, you can see it's like wilting. The plan is wilting in front of the Necromancer, and he is He's definitely like, you can see desperation in his eyes.
And the golem will actually take a step back to basically regain himself before seeing what more comes out of this guy.
He scoops up the hat, right?
Yeah, he picks the hat back up.
Okay, cool.
Wait,
I like it.
no, he doesn't. He's still berserking, which means those guys were closest to him. He doesn't back away. I forget about that.
Well, do you get like a free action or something to call him, or is it an action?
Let me see. I think it's an action. Creator, if within 60 feet, can try to call him by speaking firmly and persuasively. The golem must be able to hear its creator and must take an action to make a DC 15 charisma, persuasion, or intimidation check.
Yeah, so I
So,
guess yeah,
he will
the
have
hat stays on the ground, and he is loving hulking these zombies, probably intending to do it to the third one.
But I think we'll see on his next turn. It probably won't be me because he'll know to move out of the way. But, well, actually, no. This is the first time he's done it. I'm going to say he wouldn't know. We'll see how it comes to on his turn.
Okay,
That could
back
be
to
fun.
back to the top then.
Yeah.
All right, you are cursed, which I actually think I forgot the extra damage, but you just healed, so it really didn't matter. I don't think. He's basically just gonna like yell "damn you," and make 3 more attacks at you, Shadowbane.
Do it.
Damn, 22,
Just miss.
25,
That hits.
and 24.
That hits.
So 2 hits for 26 slashing damage.
26. I got a stupid stink bug over here attacking me.
I would have loved a 20. Would have really loved a 20. Oh, and you take... Actually, I forgot. You take another 10 damage from the curse.
Dang, son.
I didn't even get a 19, which is what I need to crit. Alright. Then that means he is going to... He does like this acrobatic backflip. Okay. He does like a backflip. Very acrobatic. Does like 3 flips in the air because he's hasted. Right? And he basically leaps over you as you kind of swipe out at him. Lands on top of... basically between two spikes. Yes, but with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Oh, but that was so good. Oh, it was still so good. That was actually... I had a natural 17 and a natural 19.
Oh, wow. Okay,
plus
yeah.
8 for 25.
Yep, that'll hit. That's really funny.
Ooh, that's not great. 6 points of damage.
Oh, okay.
I could have got.
Yeah, okay. He didn't like that. Didn't expect the hit. But now he's there. Again, as he lands, you can see that his hair seems even more frayed and gray. Like it is just graying. And his eyes look more sunken. His skin looks more wrinkled and pale. That's his turn, though. We go to... this last zombie is going to pry itself off and make a really kind of like lame attack at your Hellhound here for a 14 to hit.
Misses.
Okay. And now it's the Hellhound's turn.
Hellhound will go ahead and dismantle zombie guy.
Okay.
Actually, hold on. He gets ferocity.
This is true.
1 plus 1 is 2. So technically he has 5. But he's not going to do that. He is instead... yeah, he likes his meals to be fiery. He's gonna lava spill all over him.
Okay.
Or
Yeah.
attempt to.
Probably succeed.
That's
Oh, yeah.
8, 25.
Big hit. This Hellhound's pretty awesome.
I know. I thought the 1d6 was like, but yeah, no, it's doing good.
Pretty
12
legit.
points of damage.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, he's toast. And coupled with all of his health, like he has a lot of health. pretty cool.
It's a plus 10 on basically every damage as long as he has 2 ferocity.
It's pretty sick.
It's actually legendary.
That's the Hellhound, or I guess action.
He's just gone to
before Shadowbane can go. You can move the Hellhound, but before Shadowbane can go, the Necromancer is going to use his last villain action, go to hell. And he raises his hands above his head, and you watch this trapped explosion of flame erupt between his hands, sword held high, and you watch it swell and grow as he looks down at you. And with this sick grin, he says nothing, but just throws it down upon himself into the corpse that he's standing on, and I need all 3 of you to make dexterity saving throws.
Alright. So, for the... Well, I'll do mine first. So my dex sucks. Okay, fail. That's a 9.
That is a fail.
Hellhound. This is some cinematic. 10.
It is, it's sick. 10 fails.
And then, great dex for him too. All of ours. Oh my god. Flesh Golem's got a natural 20 for a total of 20.
That does succeed.
That's hilarious. But he's probably gonna die.
That is 61 fire damage.
Oh man.
Which I realize does nothing to the Hellhound, actually.
That's perfect because he would have been out.
Yeah, you took out his zombies, which that made that not as deadly, but still pretty rough. 61 fire, and he blitzed himself with that, so he needs to use his another chance ability, where he makes a DC saving throw. He succeeds. He succeeds his con, and when the flames... So, yeah, he throws his hands down and immolates in like a 30-foot radius. This whole area is just explodes in an eruption of fire and like magmic heat, rocking you, tearing the flesh golem asunder, and it, falls in a heap, a smoldering heap. You buckle beneath your shield as you take the brunt of this damage, whereas the Hellhound kind of just closes its eyes and its scales ruffle.
Takes a little bath.
Yeah. And when everything clears, you can see that the body that it was standing on is now just this black charred husky corpse. And he stands there, none the lesser, no hurt, unscathed apparently.
Awesome.
That being said, he's still really hurt. And he's actually pretty upset that didn't kill you. All right, that's his. That was his villain action. Now it's your turn, Shadowbane. He just tried to nuke you, and it didn't take because you healed yourself.
Yeah, but I'm looking real rough again.
I'll tell you this.
Yeah,
he's looking extremely rough.
He's gonna do what?
And I did check for his haste concentration a couple times earlier. He's maintained the saving throw.
Yeah. Oh, that would be fun. That would be fun. But no, he doesn't want to do that. He'll go ahead and take some swings.
Okay. He's hard to hit.
Looking at all the options that he would have to do.
Sure.
I do have that extra roll though for him. I only used it for the golem so far.
True.
Yeah, let's go for it. There's a 23 to hit. Anything, or that was 16 plus 7.
Yeah.
No pluses on it because he's not flanking.
Correct, but it still hits.
23 to hit.
That hits, baby.
Okay, so he will continue his wrath and up a third level divine smite. So once around, I'll roll his 2 dice damage. 13 plus 2, so 15 regular damage.
Gotcha.
Plus 48 divine. 13 divine damage. Still alive?
Not. Well, this is a good question. His another chance ability kicks in. Let's see.
Yep.
Okay, it was the damage taken. Oh, wait. The damage was radiant.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Oh, finished him.
Well, in that case, Shadowbane, the widescreen bars come to you. How do you finish him?
So, he actually has the, he's been using the mace the whole time, bludgeoning him to death. He quickly grabs the axe from his side, lets the mace fall, and looks at him before taking a couple swings as he's exhausted from trying to kill me the first time.
Right.
So this is what your guy gives you. Well, you're Lord Soth. I will be having a meeting with him in the future. But for now, you have been defeated. And he will take first swipe, chop the right arm off, come back around,
Severs his arm from the sword.
Flip the shield in the other hand, take the offhand, and swipe the other arm off of him.
This kind of like slow pumping dark blood pours out as his flesh withers and his eyes go sunken, and you see before you a dismembered elderly man. He looks up at you, and for the first time, he looks afraid.
He says, "Yeah, you're afraid now. You know, a minute ago, you thought you had the best of me." He looks up at the sky. Feels good to be on top. And then kicks the body down onto the spikes below.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's awesome. He lets out one last scream of agony as before it's just cut short as his body is impaled in numerous places. Dozens of spikes slam through, ripping through the flesh, piercing.
He whistles at the hellhound. The hellhound goes to work.
Starts tearing up those old bodies. Runs over. Starts chowing down.
And,
as everything cools.
He actually, because ritual casting doesn't require any spell slots, correct?
Correct.
He looks around at the war that just went on, and all the armies probably celebrate in the background, back at the town, right?
They're starting to. You're starting to hear the rallying calls, and like horns have blown. But you know they still are dealing with stragglers, still pushing the enemy back from the town. Mm-hmm. As your battle just now subsides, you see the returning troops are falling back and returning to the mining town.
He will take
Vallen
place right where this battle had occurred. Looks over at the thrown apart golem that he's gonna have to figure out something to do with. He will go ahead and place the chalice right in front of him, right beside the body that lies, and start ritually casting Commune.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Not too long into your Commune, do probably a few heralds or mercenary types, ride in to deliver the news and check up on you and stuff. Maybe Jax himself, But they're, or at least Jax is wise enough to kind of see the level of devastation and the caliber that this battle must have been. And then he sees what you're doing, and he's able to pick up that, like, you need your space. So he basically just kind of gives a open command of, like, return to the town, enjoy your revelry at the inn or the tavern, and then commands everyone to go. But in that, he is also telling you that that's where he'll be when you're ready to reconvene. And then he rides off.
Places the chalice in front of him, does his normal ritual.
Okay.
Normally he ritual casts just to feel like he's conversing.
You initiate the commune, and you definitely, it kind of varies when you do it, but this time there is almost no lag at all. No lag time between you kind of finishing the connection and sending the call, the gesture out, to it feeling like it's clutched and heard and finds its target.
So, was this man in front of me truly evil?
You get a response. Yes. There's no judgment with that response. It's just an answer.
Mm-hmm. That was good to know. Does Lord Saw, should he be on the list to size up?
The response you get is, there are many conflicts in your future. You'll have to choose which ones you're involved with.
Third question.
And I'll kind of remind you that, like, while you're doing this commune, you're essentially in this empty, or it begins in kind of this empty void space. But as the image kind of solidifies, you find yourself in this open expanse. The ground beneath you is craggy rock, but everything is kind of this very cool in colors and dark. There seems like almost no light, and only effectively your dark vision gives you sight, or at least that's how you would interpret it. And yeah, you've been here once or twice where you've seen like a grand, magnificent structure like a temple and a ravine and creatures on the other side. But when you're doing the commune, it just seems like you're in a random spot in this realm, essentially. So looking all around you, there is nothing. No landmarks, no features. You're just in this like barren wasteland where the sky is pitch black. There's like an evanescent dark fog, and all colors are almost grayscale. And then the voice kind of just echoes all around you when it answers.
Man, he kind of wants to ask that question because he never has, but we never genuinely communes to ask questions. Yes or no questions, that is. Man, you gotta bleep this out if you show this to the other guys.
Yeah, for sure.
But he will ask. Alright. Well, he looks up into horizon of nothing. Another good battle fought. Another war was won. I guess this means another quick celebration, and just headed on my way. And it basically wraps it up.
When you sign off and the connection is released or severed, when you open your eyes, you're still where you were. The bodies are still there. There's still kind of the residual heat, but above you is a massive storm cloud that has rolled in, seemingly in minutes. The sky is darkened. What was kind of like a late afternoon, right? The sun wasn't quite setting or anything, but it was threatening to soon. Instead is now a dark sky where the storm clouds above are kind of circling right overhead, right over you. And you can see beyond them cracks of lightning that flash with like dull, distant lightning. Or thunder, I guess, also, that kind of rolls over you. Way up in the sky, but directly above you. It takes a few moments, and you watch as the clouds swirl faster and faster. The blasts of lightning within grow closer and more violent. And then in one massive clash, or crash, a bolt of lightning, no more than 20-some feet from you, blasts the ground with this crazy intensity, like blinding light, deafening thunder. You and the Hellhound recoil just to withstand being in the presence of the blast. And when your vision comes back, there's a figure standing where the lightning was.
He casts 3rd level Cure Wounds on himself.
Sure, good call.
Some more visitors.
And you see a very tall, masculine figure. Probably 7 feet tall, broad-shouldered. The man his chest is bare. On his shoulders are 2 pauldrons that are the skulls of rams. So each shoulder has a ram skull on it. He has a thick, mangy red beard that goes down to like his mid-chest. That sits under a full helm, or a half helm, I guess, with these kind of like spiked wings adorned on the top of the helm. And beneath, piercing blue eyes look at you. Attached to the pauldrons is this long, flowing red cape. He has kind of what looks like a armored kilt, this green armored kilt, and this thick, golden, immaculate, magnificent golden belt. Like thick belt that covers almost most of his midsections. He is rippled in muscle. And he rivals the flesh golem in terms of his body mass. Like, he is huge. Jeez. And in one hand is a hammer. Like a war hammer, a one-handed hammer. Kind of a short haft, and just this block, this solid block of like... It almost looks like mithril. And he looks at you... And he has a wide smile on his face. And he says, "Greetings, Shadowbane. I am Thor, and I'd like to give my congratulations. Not an easy thing you accomplished here this day. How does it feel?"
He kind of looks over to his blown up golem on the ground. His dog is half dead. You know, feels pretty good.
He chuckles.
Can't say it wasn't fun.
He chuckles and he says, "That is the good answer." He looks around, surveys the battlefield, takes a long inhale, and you can actually see some of the kind of like smoldering smoke that was around literally is pulled into him from this like supernaturally powerful breath. He nods.
Shadow puts his axe down to his side because he obviously realizes that there's no way he's fighting this guy right now. He's gonna get, but he'll walk basically to close a little bit of the gap.
Right, I like it. He surveys the battlefield, and he looks back to you, and he says, "How does it feel to have inspired to have rallied, to have led these enemies to their death? Describe it to me.
You know, I had a joke for that, but it, you know, it felt good. All the chaos felt good. Leading all the, I'll call them troops, but no, band of misfits all in that town. It felt good. Felt good to see the weaker side perish.
Like he is engrossed in what you're saying, and then he says, "I envy that feeling of leading victory." He looks up to the sky. "Your name is apt, Shadow. We've witnessed you, all of us, though not sure you've seen much of us. Perhaps you recall, you looked upon the ravine. Beyond it, you saw the 23. I was one of them. I am one of them."
Once he says he's probably part of that 23, he probably would kneel.
He probably would say, he would scoff and be like, "Bah, today is not a day that you kneel, my friend." And he comes over and he extends his hand to lift you up and shake it firmly. He grasps you by the forearm, gives you a firm shake, and you can see he's also wearing these gauntlets, these gold and silver gauntlets. And they clasp with yours. He hoists you up with ease, shakes you vigorously. Yeah, he kind of looks you up and down. He says, "More is coming. No doubt you've heard the call. But what will you answer to? This enemy," and he kind of gestures to this battlefield, "is but one of many. A worthy one. But is it the right one?" He takes a long pause, and then he goes, "Do you miss your home? Your homeland?"
You know, most of the time, yes.
"Well, I've done more than just come to congratulate you. I have news of it. A war is coming. Your people are on a precipice. It seems due that you should at least know this. And then make the decision as you see fit. You have time. Time to enjoy your revelry here. Perhaps time to see if this enemy is up to stock. But the time will come for you to make a decision. For you to stay here and make something of yourself. Or to return home and make something of who you were."
You know my past. I'll make the decision when I feel is right. When you give me the calling, I will decide.
He grins. "In time, the bow will break. If there's no support, it might all fall. You know our tenets. Ruin is a tyrant, opposed by progress. Destruction is essential. Without it, creation becomes chaos. Law dictates reason, and so it must be conserved. Enjoy your time here, Shadowbane. You have much strife in your future." And then he gives you like a rasp of his knuckles against your breastplate, and it pushes you back a few feet. And he says, "But we're watching. We know what you can do." And then he backs up. Is there anything else you want to say to him? Or ask him, I guess?
Before you go, this war to my people, will you give me the sign that it is time, when the calling is right, that it is decision time? Will I know?
Yeah, he basically says, "You will know. Whether it's me giving the sign or him, you'll know.
Understood.
What you do from then is up to you." You're more than what you were. Shadow.
We'll cross that path when we get there. If I choose to go back, I understand there may not be open arms. If there is another war that law will need to prevail, we will create order.
He likes that answer. And then he would say something like, they fight a complex battle, internal and external. But war is simple. You know this. And then with that, a flash of light, another blast of lightning, and in a blink, in a deafening, blinding blink, he's gone.
Wow, that was awesome. Never thought I'd see something like that.
The hellhound growls as it tears apart more flesh, having not really been interested in the conversation.
I go over to the, still thinking, but go over to the flesh golem and try to see what pieces we can put together of him.
He's mostly intact still. It's just, a lot of him has been racked. His clothes are a little tattered and worse for wear. But, even his trench coat was kind of like somewhat magically enhanced, because, that's Sid's whole thing, is enchantment.
Mm-hmm.
So even his clothes, seem mendable. His flesh, as you've been described, you haven't really put this to the test, has a kind of regenerative property. But with him out, completely, he might need some kind of, electrical jolt or something to kind of kickstart the whole thing. Yeah. There might even be some kind of silly contraption as part of his zap pack that's, built into his back, There might be some kind of, ripcord that you got to pull start, like a lawnmower.
Or some engine on him.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I would say if the task at hand is really just getting his body back somewhere safe, and then after a long rest or a couple days, he'll be in probably functioning order, I'd say.
Yeah, he'll work on that, and he will start heading back to the town.
Okay, that is the major component of this. We'll get our little epilogue here. Is from the wizard. You pick up his weapon, and you, we'll say, over this kind of celebration evening, when you get a chance, you really kind of, I'm going to send this to you. You get a chance to check this thing out, and it's legit.
Oh, yeah. There it is.
It's legendary.
There it is.
And yeah, that's what Shadowbane has now. And the special thing about this is it has the finesse property as well. So you can use your dex instead of your strength if you wanted to. But it is a longsword. This thing is pretty nasty, considering on a nat 20 you decapitate most things.
Yeah.
Boss monsters,
sword.
Typically, because they have legendary resistances or the equivalent, or villain actions and stuff, they take 68 extra damage instead of an instant kill. But still, that's pretty significant. And that's what he would have done to you if I could have got a 20.
Yeah.
I rolled some on my saving throws, but never on the attack rolls against you.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I wish I had all of my rolls from the, what's it called? The prior game. The,
yeah, the Warfare?
Dude, I rolled so many nat 20s.
Other than that, that's the major treasure that you get, I mean, you obviously get, you don't so much get gold so much as you don't need to spend gold back in the town. And, the mayor's obviously stoked. The mercenaries, are all inspired, and they all want you to join and become a lieutenant or a sergeant, the equivalent, a major officer in their ranks. It's second in command to Jax, and he's pretty keen to allowing it, but I assume Shadowbane's not going to join the Redcloaks?
No.
Okay.
He does turn him down, but he will also tell him that we can be in contact when the time comes where either one of us need a favor. You know where to get me.
I think with that he probably gives you like an honorary headband, like a red headband, or the headband has a patch, you know, something with an insignia. That way you can at least be like, you know, that you earned this, that you know them. They go back to being assholes.
Yeah.
They go back to being kind of, you know, typical brutish thugs. But the townsfolk, you know, the energy in the air is a lot more positive this time around than when you first came to the town. Especially since, you know, these guys are going to only stay for so much longer before they kind of word spreads, more popular, like the region to the south and like the queen, like they'll get like a proper response, proper protection. Like they've rebuked the count, and now what the count's done will become more known. So that really puts a damper on his thing. This Lord Soth, no one really knows anything about. It's very secretive.
Yeah,
he's somewhere up to the north. That's a whole thing.
Yep, that'll be a whole other.
It's a whole thing.
Whole other thing there.
And
that'll be his research.
What else? Oh, the Centaur. The Centaur, who were not super helpful exactly. They definitely kind of come up to you too. Like their elder and a few, you know, some of their warriors, and they probably like check you out. Like they come up like hesitant, right? They size you up. They kind of see what you're about, having witnessed it firsthand, and they saw your valor and courage and capacity, and basically they are like, we weighed you to be human because you came to us with them on their behalf, but you're no mere human, are you?
No.
They don't ask any more. But seeing that, or having that confirmed and having the battle won, the elder kind of calls forth one of his warriors, and the warrior brings forth this belt, this Centaur war belt. And you can tell it's like lined with fur. It's got a big kind of silver medallion, but everything else is like made out of leather and hide. He bestows it to you as a gift.
Ooh.
For helping kind of destroy the House of Bile's forces. As they present it, the elder asks you, like, will you eradicate this evil?
I always eradicate unjust people.
Then he says, then take this with pride, and know that we will be at your side. He gives you another magic item, Centaur Warbelt, which increases your speed and brings your strength score to 21.
Holy crap.
And on top of that, you gain the Charger ability, where when you dash, you can use a bonus action to attack. And if you hit after moving, you can either gain +5 to the damage or push them up to 10 feet away. And I will go ahead and tell you.
A lot of questions.
Yeah, I will go ahead and tell you that your flesh golem is capable of wearing and attuning to magic items. Because you have to put him on him. You have to put him on him and tell him to attune. But he is capable of it, I believe. At least with like worn equipment, like a cloak of protection or something he could wear, cloak of Elvenkind, stuff like that. I'm not 100% sure about weapons.
Deal.
Not 100% sure about weapons, but most things that he can wear would work because you would tell him to attune to it. And I just think that's cool. So, he could wear it, you could wear it, the Hellhound could wear it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Just gonna have to think about that one.
So, yeah,
that changes kind of everything.
I thought it might.
Thinking of that Vorpal Sword, too, he's max attuned, and he's got legendary items. Man, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, you're gonna have to kind of make some decisions about
I like that puzzle.
what you attune to and what you wear and what you give to someone else. Because I believe, yeah, the Vorpal Sword also requires attunement, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's, you know,
And
plus 3 kills on a crit if it's not something kind of major, like something real powerful.
He has to have it, because that's the best. That's better than all of his weapons.
And I will say, like, you can see that all the major, all the warriors, like all the elites of the Centaur tribe, they all wear those belts.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Because he will give that belt to the Flesh Golem.
Okay.
And now, from 19, to a +1, and now he has all of the other perks with it too.
The speed and charger. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that'll work.
All right, what'd you think?
Rad. Dude, I love it. This sets it up good. It leaves the mystery in there too of what's next.
Yeah.
There's a war coming to his homeland.
And you know, you're in the first year of what is meant to be like 3 or 4, maybe 5 years of downtime.
Yeah.
So there's this Lord Soth guy, just some undead dude apparently, some dude that deals with undeath.
Say his next thing would be, after building up this army, they'd probably stay here for a little bit. Not too long though, probably I'd say a couple of months of research here.
Right.
Find out all about the mines. Probably travel the mines a little bit just for fun.
Yeah, I mean that whole pass,
But,
you know, there's a whole eastern part once you go down the pass and into the valley that's flanked by the mountain that has all these different paths and places and stuff, you know.
Probably, I don't know if we want to do like another different sessions or anything like that eventually. He probably will head out and start doing research on Lord Soth.
Okay.
Going to basically every different sort of library, talking to different people.
Okay.
Villages, basically seeking out who that guy is.
As for Lord Soth, yeah, I think in the time, there will be answers or like things that allude to an entity that matches kind of that vibe and that region and stuff. Because Lord Soth, I'm straight up ripping from Dragonlance, so like you're free to like, because he's a spoiler, he's a Death Knight, and you're free to I'm cool with you, like if you want to ever Google Lord Soth, you can kind of see what he's all about. He is like that iconic image of the Death Knight, like in the 5e Monster Manual. That's him. And he has like a whole backstory from like Dragonlance, but then he crossed over into like Wizards of the Coast canon. So I'm kind of doing my so I'm doing like my whole rip off, like I'm plugging him in and changing a bunch of like variables, but it's at its core it's him, and he's just up there. And I figured it would be like the perfect kind of like dual entity for Shadowbane is this, you know, badass legendary Death Knight. And I was like, yeah, what else can Shadowbane do at level 15? Maybe deal with like a prolific D&D villain by himself.
The named character.
Yeah. So I was like, that's pretty cool. And then like you have what you can do now, but then you have this kind of future thing looming as we chunk through more bits with the timeline and start, you know, talking about it. Most of the stuff I figure me and you will just sit and kind of talk about what happens rather than like rolling whole adventures. But yeah, like storming Lord Soth could be a little one shot, or going home and we can just like sit and talk about how that goes, how people react, what you do, that kind of thing. Kind of do like a really loose thing with it.
Oh, that'd be good. Yeah.
But yeah, pretty fun.
I dig that.
This was fun. The warfare was pretty cool. It took about as long as the boss battle, which I don't think is a bad thing, especially for our first time.
No, I mean, once we got rolling after figuring out the technical difficulties, we were rolling pretty good. No, I dig it. This and this system honestly works pretty well. The Roll20, I kind of dig it now. Playing it a couple times.
Yeah, I think I want to splice in warfare every now and then with things. Like Dragonfell, there's not a lot of war things that Dragonfell can do because they just won a war in a different thing, and that's not really what their characters are about. But I could see in the future doing something either with you again in like the home world, or something way over in Arcadia and being like involved in a big warfare battle while the main cast are fighting like real bad guys.
I could see even setting that up for kind of like Elric's deal with the Vongula thing if he ever called upon Shadow's help.
Yeah, I could see the Vongula. I could see as like being like the Vongula would be like a special unit because they're full of all kinds of different types, but there's definitely like a collection of them that are probably like grizzled badasses. You know, the actual kind of like well-meaning mercenary types. So they'd be probably like a unit inside the battle that has like special abilities or like better stats or something, you know?
Heck yeah.
Like they could like bolster an existing army with like a unit or two of special units.
Heck yeah.
I can see it. It'd be pretty cool. And you got to meet Thor.
That's good.
You got to meet Thor.
Right.
Which would not be that name I don't think would mean anything to you specifically, like to Shadowbane. Like Thor, the god of thunder, does not. That's not how he's known, or is not known at all as that. So to you, he's just one of the 23. All right, man.
That's a good story.
Good game. Yeah, that was awesome.
Heck yeah.
I'm glad you had fun.
No, I love it. Oh yeah, no, this was awesome. I do like this whole setup of the one-on-one deal. And then I think it'll make a better story. I think it'll make a more fun story too, getting a little backstory and side story when we come all together.
And yeah, that's the thing. Like this, I'll edit this video in some way, or at least try to get it functional. But there'll be plenty of things that I edit out that don't have all the meat. So then, yeah, when your characters get together, or even when we get together in person, just kind of describing to each other what your characters do in the downtime. Like for instance, like the Hell game, right, with Belwyn and Sid. Everything they do is going to be crazy, and we're all going to be there for it. But then their characters have to decide how much they tell the other characters about what happened and how that went and stuff.
Right.
So yeah, your mysterious character will probably stay, if not become more mysterious.
Right. Right. There will be more questions than answers now.
Yeah, especially when you come back with like new magic items.
Yeah.
Badass new magic items.
Hey, here's built me a flesh golem that now I have already souped up.
Yeah, he's somehow even cooler than he already was. You gotta get him a magic top hat or something.
He almost died.
We need to make his fedora a hat of disguise. Like add an enchantment to it. So then he can just look like a big bodybuilder dude.
And that's his exception to the rule of immutable form, where he can't.
Yeah, because it's an illusion. It's not actually. Yeah, it's not actually changing him. It's just creating an illusion over him.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we'll come up with some crazy stuff, I'm sure. Well, all right, man.
Yeah, that works.
It's late. I'll let you get out of here.
I'm gonna get a couple hours sleep, and then I'm gonna get back to it at work.
Hey, man, you can maybe tell them about it.
No, dude, I love this game. This game's awesome.
I love it.
Heck yeah.
All right, dude. Catch you later.
All right. Yep, later, man.
Bye.